stand on with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you got today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you got today.
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua kutileo. Kua kutileo.
On the spoon to get
Yes,
your
I
information. On the spoon to be
Yes, I
Spoon, spoon television.
Yes, I
Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand on with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision just...
Okay, tune to Spawn if you want to know what's happening in Liberia. Oh, yes. Spoon gives you all of the basic information that you need to know. And of course, it's a pleasure to be here on tonight's edition of the program. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. It's 5 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock. Shortly, we'll be taking calls. I'm seeing we'll be taking calls, so until the CEO and the rest of the team members can join us. So that's it this evening. Please invite someone to listen or watch alongside you. We are live on Spoon FM 107.5 megahertz, Spoon TV Live, Super TV Live, Fabric 101.1 FM, and Super 95.5 megahertz. So we now declare the lines open. What's on your minds this evening? Oh, okay. So I'm I'm seeing the CEO in the back. Yeah. Okay. Wow. CEO, welcome. Welcome.
The former CEO. The former
CEO. Once a CEO is always a CEO.
You kidding me? What's up, Yekezi? How you doing?
I'm okay. How yourself?
Thank God, all is well. Thank God very much. Okay. All is well. All is well. We give God the glory.
All right.
So what's good from your end? The people want to hear you? They want to hear you or they want to hear me? Which one? If they want to hear you, then tell me, let me go.
The people are so eager to hear you right now. CEO.
They want to hear me? Oh, who, me?
The people are so eager to hear you.
I told the people want to hear you.
Welcome.
Listen, this is what we're going to do. We got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. We got everything. We are grateful. We want to give the people a chance to call in. Y'all please call in. Invite your friends, invite your brother, your sister, your mom, your pa, your uncle, your auntie. Come on, you guys see, invite somebody from Nima County now. Bring your oma in, your grandma, your grandpa. Tell them.
I've already invited a lot of people already.
Tell them to come on. Tell them to come on. Tell them to come on. We are having a show tonight like you have never seen before. We want to set this thing straight. Whose side are you on? You know they got a song, who is on the Lord's side? I want to know I am on the Lord's side. Tell me, friend, who is on the Lord's side? So this is election time. Whose side are you on? You on Joseph Yema Boaga's side or you on George Manawia's side? Whose side are you on? You know, God is good. God is good. I see everybody running on now. Yeah, see, you can. Listen. Listen. With God above, our right to prove, we shall overcome and we will prevail. Hey, man, y'all don't call me yet now. Y'all can see what you doing. You telling the people to call me? Begin bow. Yeah, you telling the people to call me. Y'all can see. Huh?
Should we take calls? Like,
we will take calls. But I can say hi to the people small now. So you can see, you are stopping me from saying hi to the people.
Oh no, CEO.
No, you can see, no. Let me tell you, no. Oh,
people are so
you hear the one? They say Jackie appear in those job man and we are. Oh, oh, listen. Hey man, you're calling me again. You can see I'm not hearing you. You say what happened?
I said, how would Jackie appear? He does just where was you always.
But you see that thing, I want to pick you. People saying the thing you go after then I mean, y'all don't call my people. Y'all don't call I get by another 3 minutes more. Y'all will call. I'm begging you. I know you won't call the total Stanton. Y'all don't call we begging you. I gotta send the thing to somebody else. The guys that want to come on. My fellow Liberian, it's going to be a big story today. You got to hear it and hear it all. I want to play something that you have not seen before. I want Liberians to understand that we are here. We in this election, we're going to discuss the issue. You tell John Biden we are that he playing field. You tell Jefferson Koji that he lied. You tell Samuel Twe, I stay here. I ain't going anywhere. We will let the Liberian people know. All the playing field, everything. I'm going to eat my Chinese food. I'm going to eat my Chinese chicken wing. Because the chicken wing is so sweet. 10 minutes. Listen. If you call, right, and you say, I want all of this, people say 10 minutes. You ever see 10-minute food? 10 minutes, the food done. Chicken wing, shrimp fried rice, 10 minutes. They're going to go ahead and taste it. They'll give you nice shrimp fried rice. I know you're thinking with vegetable in it. 10 minutes, everything is meow. Shrimp and broccoli. Take some of your broccoli, put it on it with the shrimp. Then you get a chicken wing and your shrimp fried rice. Your banners. When you finish eating it, just put your TV on, watch your Netflix. That's what we're talking about. So when people go ahead and talking their own, let it talk their own. The God we serve, God can sleep. We here. November 14 will meet us here. And we're crying for November 2nd and November. Today the 2nd? What's the date today? Open the phone line. Let's take calls. No. Open the phone line. Maybe I'm gonna. Well, what's the date today? No. But what's the date today? You can see.
Today's the 1st.
Today the 1st. So waiting for November 2nd. I guess
We're still waiting for November 2nd.
We're still waiting for November 2nd, okay. Right? Yeah, open the line. Let's ask the Liberian people what's the date today. Maybe we understand. Can somebody help us? What's today's date?
0777-771-075 055-101075 are the numbers to put it through. Let's talk to this first person. Hello. Let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from.
Yeah, thank God for me to be part of the show tonight. I've been calling over 3 years now.
Oh wow, 3 years.
3 years, man.
Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Eric Ajion speaking from Bonafa, District 4, Musolaro County.
Okay.
I'm so happy tonight to hear the most talk about a CEO. I'm so happy of the life today. I'm so very excited.
Okay.
Straight to my issue. We the supporter of Joe Blanca shouldn't be led by all the endorsement that coming in. You know, the endorsement happened before. Me from my own country, if he either Congo were supporting the endorsement of Joe we are today, it's not stream to me. For me, it's not stream to me.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to another person.
Let me take this one real quick. Let me take this one. You take one, I take one, my man. Hey, Piggy, how you acting so bad? You acting like a dictator. I want you not Joe we are. You take one, I take one.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, my man?
What else for, man? Thank God for you, man. We've been praying for you. I'm Daniel George. We're calling for Columbus, Ohio.
Daniel, thank you very much, man. We have a wonderful show. Invite your brother and sister. Invite your friends. It's going to be firing today. Listen, no holds back.
Today the second. Send it.
No.
We're telling today the second.
No. I think today is the first, though.
Oh, you did it?
No, we're waiting for the second. Thank you, my brother, for calling. Thank you. Let me take this one very quick. We'll get back to you. I can say hello, your name and where you calling from?
The name is Jared Dobie. I'm calling from Springfield, Mass. CEO, I'm so happy for you to the extent with God, all things are possible.
Thank you very much. With God above our right to prove, we shall overall prevail.
Yeah, with God, all things are possible. No weapon formed against you will never prosper. Yeah.
In the name of the Father. Thank you. In Jesus' name, we bless you. Yagasi, take another one, Yagasi. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Cause come in, we starting the show, Jenna. We get a lot of time to start the show. Talk to our Liberian people, Yagasi.
I know you, but you don't know me.
Okay. Your name?
At the time, I was working with MTA. You are living behind MTA.
Let's know your name now.
So hear your voice.
Let's know your name.
I'm with Joseph Numa. They call me Mr. Yuki.
Okay, all right. Thank you for calling. See you. Are you taking call?
No, you take two, I take two. Let Ale win see that Richard say. She coming up, bag some shit. Don't Ale you see us say. Take two, I take two. Take the other one.
Your name and where you join us from?
I'm calling from the community Southwest.
Okay, let's hear you.
Those that were celebrating yesterday as if it was a birthday, and today begins my own celebration for CEO. As of now, I start my celebration. Thank God for you, CEO, and I'm going to start my celebration tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead. It's time to take one from my end. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Republic of Liberia. My dear brother, my name is Chengse Wagilsi, and I come from Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin City of Minnesota. They refer to me as the rescue one handsome son. We bless God so much, CEO, that today we see you. I believe that today it should be October 10th. Because
October 10th? People said it in November 5th, then you say October 10th. My man, bye, you crew member, start top play them out. And not November yet. Thank you very much, my brother. We gotta take another one from this end. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is H. Cedric Babadi. How you doing?
All is well. We here. How are you today?
I'm okay. Look, I'm very, very happy to hear your voice. Look, yesterday, you know your video that you were dancing the song Have a Friend Like Me?
Yeah.
That was what I was playing on my big screen. And we are still waiting for the second. So we're not going to ask them whether the second part or not. All I know is that we are still waiting for the second. But
you're right. I messed up in the time. I want to know whether today is the second. Go ahead, Yakes, you take your two.
We still waiting the second.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, the name of where you join us from? Hello? Your name, your line is breaking up. Let's hear you. I'm sorry. Just do a little adjustment and call back. Let's talk to this other person. Hello.
Good evening.
Let's hear you.
Jake Bonnie from District 11.
Okay.
CEO, thank you. Thank God for having you on the show. Today is October 1st, George Weah's birthday. CEO, hello.
Go ahead. He's listening.
These guys, Nathaniel McGill and others are aware that they have done great wrong to this state. It will be interesting to know that these guys are wasting money in my big country for George Weah to be re-elected because he knows that if Honorable Joseph Boakai becomes president, he will not attain that seat. We're taking a court. We're going to ask the American government for the evidence, and we're going to take it to the court. So
thank you.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. You have taken two, right? I will take this one from my end, correct? Hello?
Hello?
Your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Prince Duncan calling from PA.
Talk to us, Prince.
What shall we then say to these things?
If God be for us, who can be against us? Hey!
God is for you. There is no man, no woman, no boy, no girl can be against you.
If God be for us, who can be against us?
Keep up the good work and forget about the haters.
Thank you very much, my brother Prince.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me take this one. The people are calling like crazy. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Hello, brother.
I'm here.
I had to say one shouting. The hands that gave the needy, God will always fight their battle. So you are in good hands of God. Good talking to you. This is Saturday from Connecticut.
Saturday, thank you very much, my dear brother. We say thank you. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello, you hearing me? Please don't listen to your radio. Your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Mali Samuel Salagwasa. Also, Yeah, CEO, Mani Sonia Salagwasa. I'm so happy to see you and hear you. I live in Florida. If I had the whole information, yesterday really I got the information, I would have been to that place yesterday. But I'm happy. If even you had 0.005% doubt in your God yourself, make sure that 0.55% is no more. You are serving a living God, a God that has a hand, the God that got a hand, and all can move, all can work.
Thank you.
Have a living God.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I want to say to everyone, Dr. Richardson, welcome to the show. The Honorable Jemima, Aunt Jemima Water Cody, welcome to the show. All the guys that will be coming on shortly. We can say to everyone, we will be having a wonderful program today. Dualu, the People's Man, is very late. He's 21 minutes late. Fadiga, he was with me yesterday. He hosts like hell, but he will be coming on. I've been calling Eugene Fagon all day long. The man celebrated last night. I don't know why he overslept or something. He was on the phone with me celebrating. We're going to have something that you never seen before. Let me say this, my fellow Liberians. It's good to be on Spoon. This is your network. Joe, we can pay all the people and let them travel to Florida and tour the Tabata. He can do that. Because you know what? That's a country money. That's Joe own money. All right? But you will hear the story all by yourself one day. You will hear the entire story. We are grateful. To God be the glory. All the evil things that were planning, they lied, they failed. Go and see the post. Go and see what they were writing. Go and see what they were celebrating on. But no. Today is November 1st. We're still waiting for November 2nd. No. This is not Stanton. This is not me. Maybe this is my brother from Delaware. Guys, man, are you serious? Are you ready? Y'all hold on the call yet. Everybody pause on the call yet. We come out on that call. We got to discuss it. Friends that I thought they were friends on Facebook texting, posting. We want to show some of the stuff. People we told that, yes, you say, yeah, that my friend there will laugh and joke. No. Evil in high places. Can you imagine? Just because we say Joe, we are the bad man. Joe, we are people that invest. They have tried the left. They tried the right. I'm still here. To God be the glory. I will be here. I will be here till I say I don't want to do Spoon Talk no more. Then we'll leave it with Dr. Richard saying it will be the women program now. Because Auntie Mama will come, they will talk about the gender issue. Maybe he said Dwadu will be scared, Dwadu will run away. He will not even be here. Because after the election, guess what? Choose a bugger president. You know, everybody going to do that stuff. The people that will handle it, Spoon Talk will continue. I got a message for you today. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. Dr. Richard saying, Andrew, Mama, Dwadu, Fagon, Fadika and his brother, Pastor Raymond Carterson, Pastor Jimmy James from the Jubilee Christian Service, his wife, Marcel Jane, all my in-laws, my family, my mom, my sister, my brother, and a special big one. You know now, you got to go to my Jew, my wife, Loud Witherspoon, and all my children. You know, I call my daughter from campus, my other daughter here, my grandson, Stanton Jr., we were in the room, we discussed, we prayed, and I'm Jemima, we said we're going to Florida. You have hosts of people, lab, auntie-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, nephew, Jackie, everybody. That courtroom was jam-packed. But God, who told Dwalu all? Dwalu so happy that he just mistakenly he told himself all.
I credit you.
You know what? God is God. I'm not here to explain anything. I just want you to understand that God is God. George Manawia. Oh, the former minister is here, Burma Kamara. Let me bring him on. George Manawia. We're getting a feedback. Is that Burma? Burma, I think the feedback from you. George Manawia, the only thing he was praying for Stanton not to be here. That's all George Manawia was praying for. How you doing, babe? Love you too. Yeah, no. She gave me that bad Auntie Mama. That look. That when she gave that look, you gotta recompose. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna tone down. Because when Madame pass and give you that look, it means tone down. So I got a code. Do I got that code? I can't pay code from her. But let me tell you something. I'm on fire tonight. But I'll wait. No, not man business.
You really want to be there?
When she go out of the room, then maybe I'll fire small. So now she come back, then I will calm down.
You say how strong y'all got hormones?
We're not strong anymore.
No, that one I'm begging you. That woman went through a lot. I cannot put her through another one. All right. So when she gave me that look, I gotta pause. Look at everybody laughing. I'm begging you. Yeah, you know, Auntie Mama. You know when you are with your puppy. If you look at him one time, he got a bonus, right? Where? Stand up food downstairs. Right. So that's how it is, Auntie Mama. And don't mind that originally. When she get that look to Abraham know what's up. He gotta run. Nobody gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, begging you. Minister Kamara, you can get that look too, right? From Madame. Oh, just on fire, just now. My wife just passed and gave me something and look. I got to change topic. But that's good. Listen, guys. We are grateful to God. This is your network. We are here. We ain't going anywhere. This election, we're going to have this election. We're going to tell you the truth. I want to speak. I want to say everything I know, but I can't. Not yet. You will hear the actual story. You will hear from the start to the end, beginning to end. Be patient. Our God is still on the throne. Be patient. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. Thanks to everyone. The lawyer received letters, Dwalu, messages. And the woman opened her email. And then they asked and said, well, who are you, Stanton? Ready, who are you? Angie Mama, the two are just going, you know, when you open your email, how everything just running down. And to tell you that these are professional people, phone calls. Liberian, I'm grateful to you. I don't know I was so loved like this. Amen. Everybody that called, everybody that wrote, everybody, I don't know, seriously, I thought this is just a joke, but people, they call like crazy. They wrote their letters. Some people were even sending text messages. They didn't know that was an office phone, right? One of the phones that was an office phone. You send text message, kickback, because they can't take the message. You will hear the story one day. God bless you, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you. I couldn't sleep. Prayer man, prayer woman. So many of them. Wake up, stand on a time to pray. Wake up, stand on a time to pray. Then I say, God, get everything. I take my phone or I put it down. Because from different places, outside of America, in America, everybody calling and time to, hey, guys. I'm grateful to you all. I'm grateful to the team. I'm grateful to everybody. I may not mention your name, but you're in my heart. I believe you receive a text message from me. If not, you will receive more. I can't even open my phone. Messages like crazy. I want to start this show like this, but I will give you your time while we get ready for you to do your 2 minutes. Do your intro. We're going to be on fire. This is about the election. A lot of endorsement coming. A lot of endorsement coming. Some true, some fake, some just not real, some for money, some for country. And I want us to talk about what is important for our country. God will not take me from here, and the election is November 14th. Who lied to Georgia? Who lied to CDC? They were praying, Auntie Mama. They said, we don't want Stanton. We don't want Stanton. But who lied to them? Who lied to them? He that started a good thing in you. Somebody please fill in that voice. Let me say we get Christian on the show. Hey man, Dwadu, you making me feel bad. You don't know the scripture? Can somebody end this scripture? He that started a good work in you, maybe
I don't do scripture.
Hey man, maybe Minister Obama Kamara will finish it.
He who begins this good work in you shall perfect it until the day of the coming.
Yes. I know you could. Hey man, come on, somebody. Come on.
Rose TV just turned over in her grave.
He shall complete it.
Rose TV just turned over.
Yes. He will never leave you hanging. The Bible says he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. Because we are the apple of the Lord's eye. We are. They can say their own. But God get the final saying. God will say it own. Before I do this, I'll finish with this song. If anybody know this song, I like this song so bad. Darling Jesus.
Darling
Jesus.
You my darling Jesus. You my wonderful Lord. I love you so much.
Darling Jesus. My darling
Jesus. You my wonderful Lord. Faithful Jesus. Faithful Jesus. You my faithful Jesus. You my wonderful Lord.
Hey.
So much. Faithful Jesus. You my faithful Jesus.
You are wonderful God.
That's the other side to who I am.
Miracle Jesus. Miracle Jesus. My miracle Jesus. You are wonderful Lord. I love you so much. Miracle Jesus. My miracle Jesus. You are wonderful Lord. Amen. We are blessed.
Who is like unto thee? Oh Lord, who is like unto thee? Oh Lord, among the gods, who is like thee? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders. Hallelujah. You have a reason to praise God, Stanton.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Let me give you guys a chance. Just speak on these things. We will start the show after everything. I want to explain a story to you. The reason why I read it, just can't get mad with people when they push me. When they say things to me, I'm always calm. And people say, why you don't pay evil for evil? No, the Lord said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So I do not pay evil for evil, but I will remind some folks tonight. I want to start with Dr. Richardson, Aunt Jemima, Mr. Duaru, Minister Kamara. Give us your good 2 minutes. Then we will put this thing in gear while the others are getting ready to come on. Dr. Richardson, you go ahead.
I'm not feeling so well today, but I'm glad to be here. It's also good to see my Uncle Boima. I was telling him that our grand aunt Rose Steven was probably laughing and cheering in her grave. I remember her and you at Gates of Heaven, I believe. I think I was very, very young at the time. But it's a good time to be here, Stanton. And this Stanton always tell me, I like to keep grudge. I'm a grudge keeper. I'll just tell everybody I'm not afraid to, because I like my cycle very quick. And a lot of times after the show, when I'm complaining about all the nasty things people have said, and he was said, "I don't understand why you pay attention to these people. Why do you keep grudge, Dr. Richardson?" And I always say, "I don't understand why do you just let things roll off you. I don't understand you at all." So we go back and forth with this kind of argument, but I believe that lesson learned by all of us. One is we have to be a society that enjoy the facts, the evidence. We have to be able to line up the evidence. We can't depend on gossips, they say, who say, all of those things. The only way that we'll grow in our spirit and grow as a people and as a country is if we know what the facts are and how we can critically for the facts and line them up for our own good. So I'm really happy today to be here, to be in the presence of, not only I really enjoyed you singing, Mr. I would call you Mr. Kamara because we're on a professional show, Minister Kamara. And also, it's good to be here today. It's good to see you too, and your mama.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Richardson. And Jemima?
I am so glad to see my nephew back on this show. Like I said yesterday, I was really, really disturbed, but at the same time, because I'm a believer and I pray a lot. And I said to myself, but why are you worrying when you know that God has done it and He can do it again? He has done so many wonders of the world, and He can do it again. I said, so wherever He is, God will be there with Him. And I wrote him a little note, and then I came on the show. So we are happy that you are back. The Liberian people miss you, and they are very grateful. They are very grateful to have you back on the show. And I want to say to the Liberian people, thank you too for really showing your concern for the CEO because he has been there for Liberia and not only for individuals. And I know I can say in this open air today or on this radio that Stanton has not just been good to just individual, but he has been good to the entire country that I know of, that I cannot talk about it here today on this show. And so those who are wishing for bad things to happen, it will never happen because God does not forget it for His children. Those who believe in Him, He will always be there for them. And those who don't believe in Him, He will bring them closer. So Stanton, I want to say that we are happy for you coming back on the show, and let's move on. I will always protect you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Andrew Mama. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. It's a good thing, Mr. Dualu.
First of all, we want to say welcome back to the show, Stanton. We know you'd never left. And number two, I'll say this. I have 3 books in my library that I read, not for religious reason. I have the Torah, I have the Quran, and I have the Bible. I read them for wisdom, not for religion. So I don't quote Bible voices. So you'll leave me alone. I will say this to you. My issue is something you must understand. I want this simple message to go out to Liberians today. Take a George Weah. Take a Honorable Boykai. I want you to see yourself in the position of your true citizenship. Is this what you want for you and your children? Is this your dreams and aspirations for your country? Is it what it looks like? Is this what you need? I want you to gauge that. I want you to weigh that. If your current position, your current condition, it is not what you want for your society or your children, you are not obligated, a duty, a divine duty to change it. It is your choice. It is not coming from me and Sumana Opa Dwalu. It doesn't come from me. It comes from you. That decision must be made entirely by you. It is not a joking matter. You have to weigh this, even invoking your ancestors, because it's required that for Liberia to change, you yourself must want that change. And that change is going to be made entirely by you. Do not allow anybody to influence that change if you don't agree. If anybody attempts to influence that change outside your will, they're insulting you. And I want you to lift your heads up high and realize Liberia will not come to its full position as defined by Jehovah God if you don't take that position. Once again, guys, welcome to the show. Let's talk Liberia. I'll give it to Brother Kamara.
Thank you, Brother Dwalo. Thanks, Stanton. Thanks, Dr. Francine, our big sister in the house, Angie Mama, Yakazi, and greetings to our brothers and sisters in Liberia, in the diaspora. I just want to remind us, Stanton, wherever we do, wherever you see us demonstrate now is consistent with Romans chapter 12, verse 5. It says, rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. And as children of faith, we all have our own issues. Our set time will come, our moments of trials will come. When do you stand up for a brother in need? When do you stand up for a sister in need? We don't condone the act, but certainly you must give a lifting hand. And that's why I always call on all Liberians. Let us stop the hate. Let's stop the undermining. Liberia is all we have. After the game of politics, after this election, we will live in Liberia. How will you term Jesus Christ when you say, let him who has no sin cast the first stone on the woman caught in the act of adultery? Was Jesus condoning sin? No. He was just saying to you, learn to build one another. Those who are weak, let those that are strong strengthen the weak. And my word to Stanton was, I say ye to the righteous, it is well. The Lord is using this situation to refine you, to bring the best out of you. God is not finished with you yet, my brother. It is well. Shalom.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister. We want to be grateful to everyone, those that wrote letter, and I will end with this. That which was written, public document. So those that shared the letter, thank you for sharing the letter because you allow others to write more letters. Seriously. We just thought that, well, we're going to keep it very short, simple, but Dwalo, the people receive a lot of letters. Folks went after you, Mr. Dwalo, Minister Kamara, Ambassador Patton. I give a special thanks to the former ambassador, George Patton. Yes, we are related. People didn't know that, but I can say it. Ambassador George Patton, we are related. Some things we don't talk about. You know, people came out and said, wow, you wrote a letter. Yes, you don't know our relationship. You just get to know, thank you. But again, I want to say thanks to him and his wife, Councillor Jerome Verdere and his wife. Some great people. I appreciate them. We're going to start this thing. Folks in Liberia that also wrote letter that you didn't see because their names are anonymous. I'm not quoting the name. You know, people in your government that reaching out to me. I want to say a big thank you to Edwin Mervyn Snow. You know, I would say everything about Edwin Snow, but to tell you the truth, he said some very, very good words of encouragement. And he said, put politics aside, Stanton. I want to read it. I'm not doing it because of politics, but because of what he did. You know, that was very, very interesting. And a day before, I beat on Edwin Snow. A day before, Dwadu, on the show, I beat on Edwin Snow. Him, I said, went back and forth. He said, you're not my brother. I said, this is what I told him. He said, you can never be my brother. In his text message, I said, no, Snow. By fire, by force, I am your brother, and I will be your brother forever. That's what I told him. And, you know, but on Wednesday, Edwin Snow said, from the depth of my heart, I'm impressed with you. May God Almighty be your refuge during these challenging times of life. Come what may, Stanton, you are a good man. Keep the faith. If this is politics, then he's a damn good politician. But this came from his heart. And I appreciate him. A lot of different individuals said the same thing. I want to start the show like this. I want to go back not to talk about an individual, but above all, I say thank you to all the politicians, those that are in this race. I got a special call from Ambassador Joseph Yima Boakai that Wednesday. Words of encouragement, words of wisdom. A special one. He called me. We spoke. Like I always say, I take full responsibility of what happened. I'm not justifying anything. But Ambassador Boakai and myself spoke. And he spoke like a father. You don't know Ambassador Boakai. Don't be deceived. He's a decent leader, decent father, decent uncle, decent grandfather. He's just a just man. His voice was shaking when he was talking to me. When people were going around saying everything, anything, I told Ambassador Barkat, I said, I will call you. He said, you show strength. And I said, yes, I will call you. I will be back. I will call you. He called me because he's a good human being. He's not fake. Yombly reached out. Jeremiah Cohn reached out. All of them. Folks I cannot name. Sedition in government reached out. I'm grateful. And I say thanks to them all. Let's start the show. Let's start Spoon Talk. Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about Joseph Yima Boakai and George Manawia. I'm disturbed on something. Dwadu is straight to politics now. Let's put the cool thing aside. Because you know why? We'll get into it. This is what I'm disturbed about Dwadu. Let me talk about Henry Costa a little bit. And you will talk your own. Give me a chance. Let me talk my own. Henry Costa posted this yesterday. A U.S. judge has sentenced Stanton Witherspoon to 45 months in prison in his fake nursing diploma case, Vote We Are and Taylor. He posted this. The reason why I'm bringing this up, you will ask me why, because a day before he posted this, after he said that the Unity Party $68,000, he provided it, or some of his people, then whatever the case may be, and I debunked that. And he lied and said, Joseph Yima Boakai it, so the money, and I debunked it. That was a lie. I'm not talking about the rest of them. I want to talk about Henry Costa alone. And I want you to know the real Henry Costa. Who is he? Because we are in a political season. We're going to pause on relationship and friendship, and we're going to talk about the issue for the Liberian people to understand. So forgive me and let me do this. And after he said that, he reached out to me. When he said that, Henry Costa reached out to me. He sent this thing to me yesterday. He posted this message yesterday, right? Let me correct. Because everybody said, yes, Stanton will go to jail for 41 months, which is wrong. I'm sorry, the reporters that CDC said maybe they couldn't speak English or understand English. So Henry Costa ran with the story. My own friend Rodden C.A. put it on his paper, Front Page Africa. He ran with it. But I'm not going to talk about Rodney C.A. because that's not my business. Let me focus on Henry Costa. And at the end of the day, this is what happened. He posted this. He ran with their story, their talking point. Prior to yesterday, this is what Henry Costa sent me, Minister Kamara. On Thursday, there you go, it's right there. You see my phone here. After he said we went back and forth, on Thursday, Henry Costa sent me this message, saying he loved to show it on his phone to stream it. Let me show mine like this. before they say that strange shot. I hope you guys able to see it. If not, that's okay. It's right there. He sent me the message. On Thursday, Henry said, having you learned enough from how I was weakly treated by people I did and sacrificed so much for? My brother, don't let these ungrateful youths come between you and the people you had a good relationship with. Remember that, my brother. I sincerely wish you well. This is a man that will wish me well on Thursday. This is a man. I want you guys to understand this. And I want you to know the real Henry Pedro Costa. This is Henry Costa that was wishing me well. After him, I said went back and forth because he lied and said he provided 60,000. He lied and said that Joseph Boakai ate it, and that was a lie because I have the messages. But this is Henry Pedro Costa sending me a wishing well on Thursday. I'm going to put it up again. It's right there. On Tuesday, thank you, Tuesday. On Tuesday, he said this to me, I wish you well. Then yesterday, he posted this. You got to be real with yourself. You have to tell the Liberian people the truth. You got to tell them what you stand for. You got to tell them who you are and what you believe in. We have to be sincere to our fellow Liberians. You cannot call me in the night, send me messages, and go on social media and denigrate me. You cannot say I'm your friend, I'm your brother. All the sweet talk, you do it by door. But then, when you go in public, you say, I don't know that man. I know him not. You are with Jesus. No, not me. No, I saw you with Jesus. No, not me. You want to stand on office every week to collect money. Every week. But then, you post some stuff and say, no. My office has all video cameras, rings. When you appear to the door, we get your video. When you sit in my office, we get the video. You guys know about Ring and Blink. I have everything. I have all the videos. Should I go down the road to tell people that to play some of the messages? Come on, guys. Should I tell the Liberians, or maybe Costa need to tell the Liberians, saying he want to be fake, how much money every month he was receiving, that I was paying him every month? Or because today, after you insulted George Manawia, you said the worst about him, so now he's your friend, and every other person, they are bad. Because of what George Manawia is giving you. Let's put the friendship aside. Let's talk about this issue. Let the Liberian people know who you are. So I have come today, and guys, forgive me. I can point to individuals, Tumalin George, Mong Mamadou Masakwe, Mempe Gondo, Costa own fiance or his wife, Sanke, Abiba. I can call their names when Costa will send them and send me cash app information because I have the cash app. I will cash app them to pay Costa rent, to help with his repair on his car. When his wife or his ex-wife took his son to Italy and the lawyer need to intervene, I pay. She know because Costa told her. When everything for 2 years plus, I took care of Costa. That today, you know that fake nursing degree, that today you know. Sometimes I don't talk these things because I don't think it's important, but we need to set it straight because we are in election season. And everybody needs to know the real Henry Pedro Costa. Text messages I get in my possession that this brother fought to put people on sanction. He sent it to me. Messages I got in my possession that my man, Jewel Howard Taylor, were begging at the American embassy that they might relieve her order of sanction and of restriction. The message Costa sent to me. When Costa filed a Benda Yuri back, I have the letter that he wrote, folks that he sent the letter to, that they should relieve him order of sanction. Costa gave him those documents. Everything for 2 and some more years that Costa sent to me is in my cell phone. I downloaded and I put it in the archive. I took care of them because in this election season, we must always learn to speak truth to power. I didn't help Heron Costa because I needed a reward. I helped him because I sought a brother that was in need, a friend that was desperate. When they were trying to put Henry Costa out from his apartment when he was moving to the new building, he came to me. Henry Costa was making I was giving him $3,000 every month. Every month, $3,000. You can do that to a friend. Let's talk the politics. You cannot call me a day before wishing me well, and the next day you're posting something fake. You can't do that. You call me and say, don't let nobody come between us. You send me a text message, you my brother, don't let nobody come between us. Then you run to please Josh Weah. You run with a story to please Samuel Twain because of what they want you to do. But you forget everything, every day. Mug used to sit as a receptionist to the desk. Fabrice will be in our office. Tomorrow, Josh will go and meet you there. Peabody will meet you there. Every day. Costa's son need Burger King. Costa's son want Burger King. Costa's son want days. I will give it to Costa. Not a thing that a brother ever wanted, I never provided. I did it because I knew that he was in need. Some information he gave me, if I revealed those information, it would be worse. But you know why you talk about George Manawea. You have seen it before. You heard what he said about George Manawea. I'm not going to tell you anything new. What he said about Edwin Mervyn Snow, messages he sent to me, what he said about how you call him, Chairman Moba Modu, how Chairman Modu begged, he sent me the text messages that he wanted to come and talk to Adam White, to snitch on Josh Weah. The messages are here. How people call him Funati Kofa, they were snitch, they are agent. They were snitching on Josh Manawea for Josh Manawea to be put on sanction. All the messages between he and those people, they are here. I'm not making up a story. I kept them. Why would you do these things? For small money, Costa? I got more information. If I choose to reveal them, choose to send it out, I don't think your own job will even see you, or Jefferson Koji. Everything you planted on Jefferson Koji, all the messages you send me, everything you instructed Justina Taylor to say against Jefferson Koji and what you send me is in the text messages. Costa, I could have asked you to jump and all you would say how high, because I was your breadwinner. I was taking care of you. What else you going to say to me? Stanton gave fake nursing school. I know Stanton girlfriend. I know this. I know. What else you would say to me, Costa? But don't bring that hypocrite behavior. You talk to me You say, let's forget it. You say, you my brother. Then you go on Facebook. You ready to celebrate now because Senator wants you to say it. Is this the same Costa? I will end on this one because you guys got to talk. But is this the same Costa that yet insulting George Minor we are today? Let's start playing some of the episode, the insult he gave to George Minor we are. And then the Liberian people see him for who he is. And understand that the only reason he's doing this thing, hanging out with Carrasco, they don't even trust him. It's because of the little money they gave him. We got to pray for Costa, folks. Before he commits suicide, we got to pray for him. You guys that pray for me, you pray for Costa. I will play this video. I will give you guys a chance to respond because this is important. This is the man that lied on Jose Yimabwaga. This is the man that said he was taking care of Jose Yimabwaga, but I will tell you how Costa used to work. In Costa's own words. That today, because you go put Joia hat on, you think Joia forget when you're cursing his ma, cursing his pa, cursing his brother, cursing his son, cursing his wife. You think Joia forget? You think he will forgive you when you're cursing Jefferson Koji, when you're cursing everyone? I care less about Jefferson Koji. You think they're happy with you because Senator gave you small money? Let's play some of his clip. Let's go back in history. Let's go back and play some of these things. Let the Liberian people hear and understand the real Henry Pedro Costa. It's nothing personal. It's election season, folks.
Joia, you watching the video? You are a dirty, nasty Gibraltar pig. P-I-G. If you don't know how to spell pig, P-I-G, pig. That's what you are. A dirty, nasty, sleazy scum of the earth, Gibraltar pig, who will steal.
That's the Costa. That's the Costa. That's the man costing the president, the one that he begged to endorse, the one that he begged to go back to.
I'm Henry Costa, a Liberian talk show host and political activist. Doesn't matter how you voted the first round. But now, in this second round, you must vote for peace and stability. We cannot afford to go back to refugee camps. And so, we must vote against the CDC, a party that has shown to present nothing, no ideas, just a reminder of the old days. As you walk into that booth on election day, think about those we lost to the same kind of evil and stop it in its tracks.
Fellow Liberians, these are the people that expect to get a second term in.
They son of my swine. They heat on. He is such an idiot that he doesn't even have the confidence to stand up and tell the people what is happening in the country, what he's doing about the bad economy, the issue of the increased wave of rape and sexual violence in the country. He has said absolutely nothing. But all he able to do is to go stand in that stupid little thing he built called church and talk nonsense to people. What kind of man is this? What kind of man is this? This is not leadership. And so how can you talk nicely to that kind of man? You just cause the shit out of him. You damn dirty dog, piece of shit like you damn idiot from Gibraltar. And he is somebody who ain't got no values. They can say whatever. They're so damn stupid. They have no training. They're uncouth. That's what it is. So Joia is two things. He's a damn countryman. He's a native man, part like myself. But he's a damn countryman because he ain't got no freaking values. He ain't no shit. He ain't no aim from Borough. And y'all took this idiot with the help of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and made him president of the republic. Instead of the man addressing key issues that affect the country, he goes to that nonsense called a church and he talks rubbish. The president of your country, that Pipi Pasama Swan, that the Joia, telling the Liberian people who took an idiot, a hero like him, and made him president, And he's telling the people, say, you're complaining, all day you're complaining, but you know, the country, the time Ben has in 1847. We must have an excuse for him to steal our money to pay a horse. The dirty dog. We must have an excuse to buy a car for Jackie Apia. We must have an excuse to put a wife in our budget to give her 1.5 million a year. This son of my swan, the Billy Goat president, who might have his excuse to make Nathaniel McGill, that dog belly boy from Babulu Country, a multi-millionaire, who might accept that excuse. Samuel Tuer, that other intellectual fraudster, 419 man, the chief architect of their corruption network, we might accept the excuses to steal our $25 million under the pretext of a map-up exercise. That the excuses we must accept. That the excuses this son of my swan, the dirty dog, we are saying, we must accept. That's what we must accept from him. Y'all listen to the Billy Goat.
That England is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Yeah, I travel the world. I live in the best cities in the world.
Yeah, I travel the world. I live in the best city in the world. Saying I know shit. You travel the world. You've interacted with some of the most civilized people in the world. Say you're still damn country, Gibraltar pig. You're still damn country pig. No, you don't got no etiquette. You don't got no values. You gamble all your damn money. You womanize. You take cocaine. You do all kind of shit. You're fucked your ass. And you sit there and say, hey, I've traveled the world. I've lived in Google City. Who the hell wants to know where you live? How can you be poor when you get going down in your backyard? Listen to that asshole. My boy, y'all listen to the man. The man said we're not poor because we are going down in our backyard. So we're not poor. Listen to this guy go on ranting about he just showing himself what a selfish son of a bitch he is. Listen to this asshole. You're not poor. Why are you complaining that you're poor? You get going down in your backyard. Go get your damn cutlass and holes and shit and dig the damn going down. This is what the asshole is saying to us. We're not poor because we got going down in our backyard. Y'all listen to this son of a swan.
You get palm trees. You get coconut trees.
You get an ashtray? The man say you're not poor. You get palm trees. You get coconut trees. Then you complaining. What are you complaining for? They dead the door yet? How the hell were you poor when you have palm tree and coconut tree too? You just weird. Only recently when you had nothing before becoming president. The man is telling us you're not poor. Because you get coconut tree, you get palm tree, you got going down in your backyard, so you're not poor. This guy is a stupid dog. That's what he is. This guy. I ain't putting no. I'm not eating cosmetic size in it. And now I say tell your children to go away from this live podcast because I want to curse the guy in the public domain where people can hear, and I want to curse it to myself because I myself hear. It's not for me, it's for you to hear. So that tens of thousands of people can watch the video so they can hear. This man is telling the Liberian people who are catching shit that they're not poor because they got coconut tree and they got palm tree and they got going down in their backyard. So they're not poor. Listen to this. Is it that? You hear me? He said that you say nothing, you say you're poor. You got coconut tree, you got palm tree. Look at that Billy Goat.
Well, folks, we're going to have a wonderful, interesting show today. Sorry for the languages that you just heard. We want to welcome our sister that says she came to celebrate me, Sister Kenvi Adam. Again, we're going to have a wonderful show. We will remind the Liberian people because it's the best thing to do. We will play these clips from Henry Pedro Costa for you to know whether this is about Costa or this is about Liberia. Whether sincerely he cast his vote to celebrate George Manor we are. I'm going to leave you with this. This is one of the many days. Many days. Henry will come into my office and sit like you see. Look at Henry sitting in my office at the waiting center. Everybody can see this. He will wait patiently for me. And when he got out there and tried to talk to you, we have the recordings, we have pictures, because there's a business and everywhere with I need to monitor everything. There you go, Henry Costa, sitting quietly for 30, 45 minutes, waiting on me, Stanton, sometimes hours. This guy would be very patient. He would wait for me patiently because I needed to help him. But he's celebrating that Stanton going to jail for 41 months. How can you be that evil? This Henry Costa that would give me everything. So, folks, you are seeing it. You want to take the picture, it's up to you. He's patiently waiting in my office, in the waiting room, where you get monks sitting and everybody will come in. Henry will be there for hours and waiting for him to get his daily bread. I'm not saying that because I help him. I'm speaking about his ungratefulness. And we need to stop this as a Liberian. Now he have jumped in George Banner. We have part that he insulted for ever so long. I will take this picture down. If you want this picture, it will be on Facebook. You can go get it. If you want some of the recording, we will share it. But every day, we will play recording and show you pictures when Harry was in my main office, the waiting room. We will play some of the recording from Ring and Bling when Harry was there and we're talking everything. For you to understand that even CDC began to reject him because he fake. Even Josh Weah does not trust him because he fake. We got to be real with our fellow Liberians. I will start the show by bringing in my sister, Dr. Richardson, Andrew Mama, Mr. Duadu, Minister Kamara, and our sister Kenvi Adam. Folks, it's all yours.
There's a few things I have to say. First, I want to just thank Father God for representing the panelists yesterday. Thank you it was a last minute thing, and he was able to drop everything he was doing to be with you, Stanton, at the courthouse. Also, just want to thank a lot of the Spoon panelists, the one who came. As you know, I'm still going through the process because, we're here and then some people left on their own choice. Well, actually, they had well, it's not story another day. But I'll leave the whole discussion about Costa to you. What transpired between both of you. But I want Liberians to be just very mindful about the hypocritical nature of who we are as a people. And I want us to also observe that this hypocritical nature can probably be dated back to our childhood. When people are talking about, maybe abandonment by parents. Now, I know we have a practice where other people in our culture, other parents, I have lots of parents who supported me. But then there's also a continuum of parents who will just abandon the children, and you see, no support. Those things lead to narcissistic behavior. The childhood trauma can lead to narcissistic behavior, as well as some schizophrenic tendencies. When we say schizophrenic tendencies, would be people who today they will look like perfect people to you. They will come in, talk normally to you and everything, and tomorrow they go off the cuff. Things like what I'm saying, things like what I'm hearing. Today I need you. I'm gonna be the calmest person. I'll be pleasant to you. I'll be obedient to you. But once I suck you dry, I will move on to something else. In the back, like so, I think in the nighttime, you will be my friend. I will call you. I will pray with you. In the daytime, I will castigate you. That is not a normal behavior. That is some bipolar schizophrenic tendency that is happening when someone behaves like this consistently. When we see a pattern, there's a couple of things that I'll look for. Some serious childhood abandonment. I'm not just talking about, in our country, we have a system where we take care of other people's children and stuff like that. The support is there. A lot of us have that. And that's good for us because we need a collectivist group of people to take care of us. But I'm talking about somebody who will tell you, say, you know what? There were many, many days that my mother was not involved in my life. In fact, they gave me to some other group of people to live with. And this man, he used to talk like this, even imitating this person. And then I was thrown and put on a mission school. Listen to those patterns. Ask them who were your support person during those times. And if they can't tell you and name one support person, you can see the development of narcissistic tendency, because people who are narcissistic, they lack empathy. They are self-made people. Nobody supported them. They will manipulate you. They lack remorse. So I'm just kind of telling you, I won't get into it. And I'm just telling you, look for those patterns. And when you find those narcissistic people, those schizophrenic type thinking people, you need to run away as far as you can. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Aunt Jemima?
It's so difficult to talk about. All I want to say is that we stand on. I know that we find people like this everywhere. Jesus Christ was on earth when Jesus Christ was here. He had 12 disciples. And you know, when his time was near, he said to them, I remember when they were having the supper, he said to them, one of you here will deny me 3 times before dawn. And he said to the other one, he said, one of you will betray me. And then Judas said, who, my Lord? Who is it you are asking? Now I know it was him who was going to do that act. So I'm just trying to tell you that even during the time of Jesus Christ on earth, people did a lot of terrible things. And Jesus was going everywhere and healing people and feeding people. 5 loaves of bread, 5 pieces of fish, and he fed 5,000 persons. And he was going everywhere, healing everybody. But his own people said, crucify him. He's now our king. So when God has ordained you, Stanton, to be somebody, to be a help to your country and its people, to your people, a lot of things will come your way. A lot of temptation and trials and temptation and tribulations will come. But all I can say to you is that if Jesus can deny if Peter can deny Jesus 3 times before dawn and say, I don't know him, and then Judas can sell Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, and later on he regretted, like what Dr. Richardson is saying. He regretted, he went and hung himself. So you will encounter all these things. All I can say to you is that keep hope alive, be strong, because these people, normally these kind of people can come around to weaken your strength in your faith. And from what I see, you got faith in God, you're a strong Christian, you believe in God, and because he has worked wonders for you, let not your heart be troubled. No, let not your heart be troubled. For God is not mocked, he's not deceived. So just let it go and let God fight your battle. I know you are hurt, yes, but let it go. God will fight your battle.
Thank you, Aunt Jemima. Thank you. Dwadu, before we get to you, because our sister Kenvi got to run, unless she said a few words. Go ahead, Sis Kenvi.
Happy to be on this platform with you all again, and good evening to all of our listening audience. CEO, I am happy and I bless God for you tonight. And people were online like, oh, Canvey Adams, a whole gospel artist, you are celebrating a criminal, or you are fake, you are this, you are that, and calling me names and so on and so forth. You see, sorry?
Go ahead, ma'am. Sorry. You're going to agree with
The
saying
hate in the Liberian community is becoming so alarming, and people are, I don't know whether people are already talking about it. The way Liberians are tearing each other apart, especially on the social media, is becoming so alarming. It is almost like an inborn tendency now. We are so full of hate. We are so full of anger. We are so full of rage towards one another on the point that I can describe. And yet we say we are Christians. We are religious people. Out of the population of Liberia, I don't know whether we have 5% that are not of any religion. They're out of, everyone is either Muslim or Christian. But we are so full of hate. And it's speculated that the late Daniel Cassell committed suicide. It's a speculation. I don't know how true it is. Following his own trying times he had in America. And apparently, things got to the point where he couldn't take it anymore and he decided to end it. And the Liberian people, if you ask me, I would say Liberian people are the cause of that man doing that. If indeed he did, the Liberian people are the cause of that. So they would rather that they hear, maybe if it's with, level some people, they want to hear that they've placed you on death sentence.
Stanton, please mute.
When I prayed for you, I asked God, I said, Lord, he has made mistakes. Every one of us make mistakes sometimes. Lord, please intervene in his case, even if not for him. This was the way I prayed. If not for him, but for the destiny that he carries. See, there are people who carry destiny and they receive certain blessings from God, not because of themselves, but because of those that God has placed to depend on them. And I said, God, if not for himself, for the destiny that he's carrying, please let there be leniency on him. They say I should leave politics, I should go in a church and pray. Then I pray, they say, why are praying for criminal and this and that? And they are condemning other people and condemning other criminals. So I say, okay, let your own criminal then here, let me pray for them too. Then they verse with me. Your own criminals, they agree that they did anything. Instead, they're sending people online to insult and abuse people who talk about the things they are doing to the Liberian people. They put up this facade and this smoke screen to cover the crimes and they are committing against the Liberian people. So much bloodshed, so much unanswered death, yet we shouldn't talk. And they send you out there to insult other people and say that we are talking too much, we should go in the church and this and that and other. But I just want to thank God for you, Stanton. I won't be here for a long time. I want to bless God for you that even between now and January, there's still time that God can still turn things around. I believe God is still in the working business. So I bless God for you. I thank God for not giving the enemies their heart desire. And thank God that you are still here to do what you have to do. And I will leave, there's this song that I always sing, Grace. I sang that song when I was praying. And I will just sing that song. Many people came to me, oh, says Kavi, you need to come and do that song. Indeed, that was the song that came to my mind. The song is about Moses, the life of Moses, who had so many people. He had the children of Israel to lead to the promised land. But the same people that he was fighting to lead to the promised land caused him not to see the promised land. And that was before the era of grace. But we today, we have grace. Thank God for Jesus who died for us, that even in our weakest time, when we call on him, he said, my grace is sufficient for you. So let me sing this song before I leave. We have fundraising somewhere else, and I'm sure I'll be back on this platform again some other day. So many people depend on you. So many people look up to you. So many people are counting on you. So many people are watching you. Some want to see you go up. Some want to see you fall down. But even if you fall, may God not throw away you to do what he wants you to do. What you need is more grace. The Lord called Moses to lead the children of Israel to Canaan. That was a calling of responsibility. That was a calling of denial of himself. Yeah, the children of Israel, they didn't appreciate the work of Moses. One day is that a complaint, the next day to be regret. Because of their stubbornness and of disobedience, they wandered in the wilderness for 40 long years. All alone it was Moses going through all the struggle. All alone it was Moses going through all the fasting. All alone it was Moses who was denied of his human pleasure. But yet, all he got was complete. Oh, great. They complained and rebelled against him till they caused Moses to sin because he was angry. Sometimes they'll make you angry. That's what man can do. They make you angry. Even the ones you least expect to will make you angry. And because of them, he was denied entry to the promised land. He pleaded with the Lord, oh God, I'm begging you. I've labored for so long. My youth to my old age, I was running now and weak. Please let me to the promised land. But the Lord said to Moses, your eyes shall be opened, but thy feet shall not enter. I have said it, and that is final. Oh, great. He cried because of you, oh, children of Israel. My labor was in vain, my suffering was in vain. It was because of you I couldn't fulfill my destiny. It was because of you I'm gonna die without a vetting area. Oh, people of God, let us pray for grace. Oh, Jehovah, grace for Santa. Oh, Jehovah, grace for his family. Oh, Jehovah, grace for those who are listening to do what you want us to do. What we need is your grace.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Be with you.
That's the only song you have ever sang that I don't know. Wow.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, let God be with you, Papa. That's all I have to say. Let God be with you. Let God lead us through. May you see the fruit of your labor, the work that you've done in humanity, the good you've done for people will always speak for you. Go ahead, continue to do good, continue to do what you do with the clearness of heart, and God will bless you. I always tell people the best medicine for witchcraft are clear heart. I don't care how they do it, what they do. Once your heart is clear, it can never work. Because God is the God of truth and the God of justice. When they put their hands before the sun, as long as their hands cannot hide the sun, it cannot stop God from blessing you. So take care. God bless every one of you, and I hope to be back again some other day.
Yes, Adam. We're going to call you. We said thank you very much for joining us tonight. I know you got to go to that fundraising. I will be spying in on it as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Nima people here collecting the money. Again, we'll give that announcement. Thank you very much, Sister Kenvi. Thanks. All right. So, Mr. Dwalu, a beautiful way to come in after that powerful singing.
Yeah, I mean, Kenvi, she just has it. I was born in the late 70s. And during those days, I'm an 80 and 90 baby. You know, we grew up in the 80s and 90s. We used to leave school around November, December, and then we come back in all the way towards March, February, March. And when my father, he's probably watching, he would take me to the village. At the time, people call it bumming, but it was actually rural Monserrato. In my village, people speak Gola, Ding, Pele, and Va. Almost everybody does. And I would sit under the feet of my grandfather. And sometimes when the men are going to speak, my grandfather would say, hey, Zina, come here. Take my stool. I love to listen in to the old guys when they're speaking. They're full of so much wisdom. And one thing I learned from them, they would say this: a deer that tries to cross so many farms is a deer that's going to end up on my Joas dryer. I didn't understand what that meant, but I would sit there and I would listen to them. And they would say something like this: a man who is not fully grounded in the traditions of his people is a man that is not equipped to sit with the elders. I'm saying this to say this. A man's character must be based solidly in the groundings of the traditions and his people. If a man is inconsistent, this is a man that cannot lead a village. He cannot lead a town. He cannot lead anything. He must not be listened to because he's going to sway like the wind. As my grandfather would say in our native Gola, he will sway like the wind, and you cannot depend on this man. I would say this to our people. For you to change and solidify the Liberian family, there must be consistency in the men and women that want to lead you. It is not optional. It's not optional. My grandfather would say, Opa, sit. He went blind. My father's probably listening to this. He went blind and he would speak and he would switch from Gola to Day to Va and he would bring it back to Pele. I could understand all of them. But I only spoke Bassa because I spent a lot of time with my mother's people. The tradition was the same. We must stay consistent in our truth. If a man cannot do that, that man will not be listened to because he will destroy all of us. I will say this to the brother without saying his name. Nobody's going to trust you. I recommend you leave the country. Because the very people you have angered, because the nature of them may want to retaliate against you, I recommend you leave the country for your own safety. Because the truth of our society must be re-solidified if we are going to have a Liberia that we can be proud of. As my grandfather, Momo Dwalu, he would sing. And I remember during the harvest season, the women would go fishing. My grandmother would put me on her back and they would sing in this beautiful song because they needed something to reorient our society. This is what we seek. When I say let's go back to the village square, this is what I mean. Order, tradition, family. And we have to keep up the tradition that has kept our society together. We cannot stay far away from it. Center, brother, we love you. Come back to the show. Let's talk about Liberia because this time in history will judge us. And I'll give it back to you.
Today is the 3rd of November. Listen, guys, we have to talk about the issue. We have to talk about those political leaders. Now, those that are in the race will be joining us in the field, will be asked for the giant, the man that created this whole thing. He will be coming out to share his ideas and thoughts and the way forward. And I heard something I want to ask him. They say he made an endorsement. Well, I want to know who Ashra. Ashra still talking about. Anyway, we'll bring Ashra on. Let's go to our own big brother minister, Boyman S. Kamara. Minister Kamara.
Thank you, Stanton. And just listening to all of you, what comes to mind? There is a problem with the family structure in our nation now. In the 70s, when we were growing up, in the 80s, there was this sense of the communal life where I saw Stanton as my brother. I related to Fadiga, not just as a friend in the community, but we could talk freely without having a second thought that somebody was recording to take it for a purpose of gaming. And this has become a norm. And when you're even speaking nowadays, you have to be asking yourself, am I being recorded? On the other end of the line, is somebody, what is it the guy trying to say, or what is he doing? So the element of trust has gone missing in our society. It comes back to the family. Dr. Francine spoke regarding issues regarding the mental state of several of us coming out of the war, coming out of experiences in our personal lives. A lot of things are happening. One thing I must just encourage us all, this is where I come with faith. I believe dearly, if you love God and you love your fellow man, you wouldn't scheme against your brother. You wouldn't scheme against your father. You wouldn't scheme against your nation. Truth will be told. No matter who, no matter what it will bring you. We will learn to begin to speak freely, especially to our leaders. President Weah, you are there. Who's saying to you, what you are doing is not the right thing. And when the person who comes to declare this is the truth, listen to that person. Unlike people who are patronizing you, that way of life is nothing but one that is premised on lies. It's a race to the top. I want to be heard loudly when it comes to our mental state. They say, him whose mind is stayed on the Lord shall keep in perfect peace. When we learn to trust God for all things, I don't have to scheme against my brother. I don't have to kill my brother. I don't have to slaughter my sister to get prominence. And we must now begin to go to the foundation of the family structure and begin to teach our children. Learn to love your brothers. Learn to love your sister. You can imagine Boma Kamara becoming a minister of finance in Liberia. From where? This is a regular guy who taught Kobo part on his head. That's why it hurts me so much to see our brothers, and in our generation, we are given the opportunity to lift another person from the state of poverty. And we're not doing it. We are feeling those people. We are feeling those in the slum. I remember when I was sleeping sometimes in the 80s, when it rains, you got to look for a cup. You got to look for a bucket to put where you were. But see where God has lifted us is for us to, in return, give back and go back to society and say, you give me the place to stand and I will move about 10 or 20% out of poverty. That's why we come to public service. That's why we are appearing on this show. Stanton is not about you. It's all about Liberia. Let's rally around Liberia. Let's love Liberia. Love your brothers. If I should want to speak to someone to it now in a frank manner, I should not be branded as a guy who hates President Weah. No. Let's talk truth and it shall set us free. Let's stop the hate. Let's begin to re-engage and see Liberia is all we have. Together, in union, strong, success is sure. By God's help, let's learn to love and stop the hate.
Well, we want to say thank you very much, Mr. Kumar. We're going to go to Reframing. Great. Let's welcome our brother Al Hussein, UJ Fadiga. Something Fadiga did in Florida, I will share with you guys while we're eating. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I must share it, Eduardo. Don't stop me. You know how he got that number from the waitress, I don't know, but this guy is a smooth dude. I will share it, not today.
You got the number of the Hassan.
Al Hussein, Eugene Fadiga, this guy. I don't know how he got his number. I was right there, but I will pass it. Well, let's welcome our brother Ashford the Giant Gali. Welcome to the Spoon Talk, my brother. I'm gonna wait for every immigrant to speak. Al Hussein then will bring you in as a masterpiece to speak to your friends, your brothers, your sister out there. We want to appreciate every one of you. Conor Gray, Dr. Osna, tell your own.
Stanton, Dr. Richardson and of course Alpha Diga, they're not the only one who diagnose people for living. When she talks about schizophrenic personality or someone with a bipolar disorder, she was only saying that we all have two characteristics as human beings. We have the good side and the bad side. Philosophers call that instinct. Thanatos, Theos. Theo is godly. Thanatos is satanic. Now, this individual, he has a dominant characteristic that is mostly Thanatos. It depends who wakes up tomorrow morning. It depends who you're dealing with. It could be the soft, sweet guy tomorrow. He wakes up the next morning is a different individual. That makes him schizophrenic. But I think Dr. Richardson hit that on the head when she talked about maltreatment, traumatic brain injury. You understand? Those things come from your childhood. You're not going to be able to get away from them. What I will tell you is if your dominant part is to do good, to all men, definitely you don't need to worry. People will run their course. If you continue to scoop other folks, bedazzle them, push them around, get money from them, that's a con man attitude. Definitely, that's what dominates our society today. Majority of the folks you see, tirading around, some of them are just con people. They want to be able to get something out of you for that moment, and then they talk bad about you the next behind your back. Bob Marley would call that susu pond. The thing about life is we all need to be able to sit and say, who am I? Forget about this other guy. I think sometimes when I look at, the how this guy gestures, I just know that if you were in front of me and I was diagnosing him, I won't fall short to give him that bipolar, because definitely he's not okay. But hey, today I woke up, I wrote an op-ed, and someone came out to me and said I was looking for relevance. Well, in my 30s, my late 20s and 30, I was a minister in government. Then I rose up to become a colonel, where I was controlling over 3,000 soldiers. How can you say I'm looking for relevance from you? I mean, it just shows how people try to poke you under your skin. And you have to wear the garment of Jesus Christ, where you can be easily taunted by idiots, as I will call it. So, in my opinion, ignore, ignore, ignore. My brother, when you do good, don't say it. God will reward you. Let me leave it here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Eddie. We appreciate Conor Gray. Good to hear you. Al Hussein, UG Fadiga Dwadu. The man just sent me that text. Oh, man, I beg you, don't do that thing to me. I respect you. What happened in Florida, stay in Florida. I won't do that to you. You were so good to me. But for that Colombia get to come, I would not say nothing, Fadiga. Fadiga, they get Fadiga the fool. The man get $200 still. Fadiga, I would not say it. Talk to us. You can hear. Malawian people, you can hear they want tonight. I must say something on the thing tonight. That my brother Fadiga, but we're putting small out.
See, now why you are begging me to come on the show for today? My voice, everything left. But we had a great time in Florida. Honestly, with this guy, I love talking about this brother. Look, I feel vindicated. I wanted to pursue my brother and myself. I never stopped going after Costa since June 7th. We probably the only two people that knew that June 7th was a stage flash mob. I don't care what any media say. June 7th was a flash mob, carefully staged by Costa. And people were not paying attention. And I know that I didn't fall on my head when I grew up. I pay attention. That is why when I join something, I join it with my whole heart. But before I get to Costa, let me just leave it here for now. Look, this guy to have never the thing about Costa, the sad thing about Costa, and I think Dak tried to allude to that is Costa never had any family home training. He doesn't have a role. I don't think he grew up with a role model. Anybody that can look at an older person and install there, you have to be. Look, we grew up in a home that were beaten up for things that playing blade, just playing outside, setting down and night were flung. Just associating with certain things, you were beaten for those things. I grew up in Bikino where it was not one family that raised you. People look at you on a surname basis. Oh, that Cristiano Marshall children in there, you better not be in the wrong place. And, for people to grow up and insult people and sell their dignity and have no problem doing this thing, it shows. The second thing here is con artists and people like Costa. Look, I know someone told me the other time, Costa has some real mental health issues that he needs to work on. And I'm told by somebody close to him that he's on medication. And I do believe it. Because we in the field that work with people, if you see the grushing when you talking and talking, he's not normal. I know Dr. Richard, she know what I'm talking about. When you start seeing grashing and talking this thing and trying to speak that Martin Luther King one day, these are all signs of mental health. But in Liberia, people think that these people, I mean, it doesn't mean, Christian, when you saka, it doesn't mean you got to be in the street toting people. That's not, there are people that are very high functioning, and Costa happened to be one of those. If you were taking him on medication, I think he should be on medication and taking himself seriously. By now, he will have something that will reduce it, but he cannot help himself. There are medication for that will help calm him down. So, like Remy said, it depends on the kind of Costa you see. But the worst thing about Costa is this facade that he has put out there about himself, their image, grandiose view of himself, this larger than life image. I have to say he's successful. Look, successful people are people that work and earn something, not people that master the act of scheming people. You use other people's money and pretend like you are wealthy, you live in and live lavishly. It's just a matter of time we catch up with you. And when I saw George Weah talking about we catch Bukao, I could see that disdain, that hate. And I don't know whether people can read body language, but I didn't see no love on that stage with George Weah. I saw a man that decided to use Costa for what he's doing and to eliminate him later on. If he had a little bit of brain, half a brain, he would not be even be in that gathering. He will be out of that country run far away from that country, because they don't want you there. They believe that they can get you and get something for all of you, and now they are using you to pay. I don't say they appreciate you. Sedition don't want you. Nobody trusts you anymore. And, like my brother Boema Camara was saying, I didn't know I knew Boema. He used to come to the house, Mama Boy. He called me and said, I used to come to your Uncle Philip to the house there. I said, it was you. I didn't know what in LU and a little, younger at that time. And he knows the kind of environment we grew up in, where people place emphasis on something. To see people glorifying a man, recall people. Look, if I can tell you something in the back, if I can say it behind you, I can say it in front of you. I'm not afraid of talking in the chat room. I'm not afraid to say anything. I don't care what the entire universe can go against me. If I feel strong about something, I will keep that. I will too. God brought 2 on the earth will look the same. So for people like Costa to come here, how he help worker. When you got money for the help worker, you are saying he help. I know countless women.
Thank you.
Well, let me say that loud one. I know you want me to talk about your friend. But
no, you're losing your voice. I want you to drink something hot, bro.
No, I'll come in there. I'll go back.
Did you sleep in Florida or you came home last night?
I came home last night.
Okay.
I thought I went along. I didn't go.
Nowhere. So
I'll tell you the story, but I got a picture. Relax.
You fall in that trap, but the guy stay on track.
I was still on track. So I feel sorry for Costa. I don't hate Costa. The very first time I got to know Costa when he was with that FM station with DJ Blue. You ask Israel Akisayan right now that is with the CDC. I begged for Costa the first time I took him on the radio. I begged DJ Blue. I begged Israel. I said, my man, you put a picking bar on the radio. And he just grew big and he just had this God complex. He thinks that he playing God and he thinks that it's a joke. But people will get hurt. And he could be one of the victims of some of the things that are going on. But I'll leave it at that. And I just want to say thank you to a lot of the people yesterday. Sandra, I know you don't want me to say this, but I will say this. This is about you. You don't want to say it because I'll put your own secret out there. You want me to talk, I'll talk it. But, I just want to thank our Liberian people. Look, we have said a lot of things about our people. They can't support, they can't do this. Look, I was emotional yesterday with the amount of calls. It's not even about Stanton alone. Just us, just people, just concerned. And I could understand why. But one thing came to mind, and I told Stanton, I said, look, God got you here for a purpose. You need to sit down and decide what that purpose is. These things don't just happen. It's a trend of, it's like a domino effect. Things happen and put you somewhere so you can find your purpose. Some of the challenges we face with, probably if you had not gotten in that problem, you would not be on radio. Probably if you had not gotten on the radio, you would not have this. So things, I believe in destiny. Some people find themselves somewhere they have no business with. But these things happen for a reason. And what I saw there, I see people running around talking something. You ain't know nothing that happened for the 1 month. It's so funny. People calling me and say, we are smart. And I put one picture, I think I got almost 2,000 comments now. I said the smart says it all. What happened in Florida there was a testimony that God can work in mysterious way. And if you are genuinely interested in other people, they will also be interested in you. I'm sure it didn't say be fago. Genuinely, one of the greatest psychologists in the world, Dale Carnegie, he said the first rule how to win an influence.
Thank you. I'm at 2 minutes back. Rest your voice, bro.
Let me say the last one.
You said it was the last one first.
Check Costa's page, by the way.
I got it. Thank you.
How do he said become genuinely interested in people? Look, if Stanton was not genuine in all his things, I'm telling you, he wouldn't have had that output. What I saw yesterday, over 1,000 people call my phone. Have you had over 1,000 people call your phone before? How they got my number? I have no idea. And this guy was hiding a lot of things. Oh, I want people to know. For people, one girl called me saying Liberia was a holiday. But it just showed that we should all look at our own life and be there for people. Be a living testimony to working other people. And let me go drink my pepper soup. I'm coming back. I'm going for the show.
Yeah, don't go far, my man. Don't go far, baby. Let me bring in the giant Astra. Let me tell you something about Astra. Astra started this whole Spoon Network something. Okay? He must say with us all the time. He know what's up. Astra started the whole thing from nowhere. I went to my cousin, Web Finnerup, Minister of Kamara. Astra chilling with cigar in his hand. Fabrice, Ball, Versace, my brother, my wife, my sister-in-law, we all were children. And Astra came up with this big idea and said, radio station. I said, what? Radio station? My man, what radio station will do? Then my brother said, well, you don't know Astra? Who know Astra? I was picking after radio station. He said, that's the giant. Then Astra just looked at me and sent me something that now you know me. I said, oh. So the how it all started. And people, I sure myself go back and forth. But welcome to the show, Mr. Gotti. How you doing today? We're not hearing you, sir. Hold on 1 minute. Wait, let's see. Go ahead. No, we're not hearing you. Hey, man. Get out and come back in. Maybe it will be better. Yeah. All right. So Astra going to come back in. This is a great one. Trust me. I'm so glad that he can you hear us now? Nah, you still having that problem.
Somebody probably called him. He has to go in and come back. Yeah, most
likely.
So he's gonna get off and come back. Let me rest on this before we welcome our sister Fatima. Trust me, Fatima. Something happened today. I didn't know. She had that in-law relationship with my older sister. My older sister husband is a cousin. So now all opportunity off the window. We are family. What are you laughing for? We are family now. The high list. Thank God. We are blessed. Fatima, welcome. Now, I want to show this thing.
There's a show outside the show. That's why I'm laughing. There's a whole show going on right on Facebook outside this show.
Yeah.
But, yo, it's not easy.
We cause fire. We cause problem.
A small fire. What to be going on right now?
No, yeah, but let me say this though. I won't bring in Astra because I want us to get into the politics. We are seeing a lot of endorsement. Kabina Johnny endorsed Jose Yema Boyka. We see that the other endorsement taking place. I want us to get into the politics, but I want to hear from Astra. Got it? Astra, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Can you hear me now?
Thank you very much. It's super good. Talk to us, my brother. Welcome to your own network.
Well, first of all, please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. What people say about you and the possibility for your drain, it's none of your business. That is their business. When you fall down, make sure you land on your back, because when you can look up, you can get up. A setback is a setup for a comeback. And with the old African proverb, when there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
The
I just want to take this time to say, my brother Stanton, we come a long way. I pray that God give you strength. You are a good man. No matter what happened, you will pull through this, and God will continue to strengthen you, my brother. Stay strong. Those who are throwing words at you right now, you are there for them. And if they can't find God in their heart to pray for a brother while he's down, then shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. My regards to Lawo, Big Brother Kotu, and the rest of the family. My brother, stay strong. Let God continue to protect you, my brother. I know tough times don't last, but tough people do. And always remember, the height of a man is never known until he rises. Let me take time out to say that big thanks to all of those who have been on the network. You know, Fadika, Remy Gray. I remember Dwalu. Dwalu plays a call. You remember, Stanton, when we had our show in New Jersey? Dwalu was one of those people that called the show that night before we even went to Liberia. Yeah. Dwalu called. Lofa Julius called out there also. But Stanton, look what you have built. This is the biggest media empire in the country. And I just give God the glory that every time Stanton gets on, he's selfless, he's unselfish to say, you know what? I want to give thanks to Ashford. Spoon is my baby. And because of Spoon, we produced something else called the closing argument. But it was because of Spoon that we're here. And Stanton, what you've done, you've made history already, my brother. I want to say thanks to my big sister, Jemima Woodokoli. She's my mother, actually. We'll go by way in the 90s. And she has been there from the infancy stage of our broadcast days. You know, Mr. Kamarad, welcome. Thank you so much. My sister, Mrs. Chenoweth Richardson, I want to say thank you for the time you've taken up to help lift the platform up. I also want to say thanks to my brother, Eugene Fangon. You know, we got a lot of things when it comes to Liberian politics and radio. We introduced Eugene Fangon to radio in Liberia in 2016. And look what he has done for the country in terms of disseminating information. You know, but let me say one thing to you. A couple of nights ago, I endorsed the Unity Party. There was no precondition set. I look at my country. 2017, I vigorously campaigned for Unity Party. And then I went mute, became neutral. I did not take back in the first election, but this go for the second round. Look what George Weah has done to our country for the last 6 years. According to this greedy boy, Henry Costa, you told us about Weah. You went to the international media. You went all over the world. They pour you in cartoon and carry you to Freetown. People rallied around you. We raised money for you. You want to say Joseph Yuma Boyka is a bad man? This man forgave you in 2017. After you drag him in the mud, he brought you closer to him. And this is how you pay him in return? Just because of a few dollars? You never worked a day in your life. But you want to put your mouth on good people. Be careful. Be very careful. With that, think Liberia. Love Liberia. And let us together build Liberia. Thank you, Stanton.
I remember where you want to go, Rich. Hang with us, remember.
Stanton, just to see Big Brother Ashford Galley, I was just reminded by my older brother that we grew up with you in Jalastown and you were called Big Boy.
That's right. That's right. That's my name, Big Boy. Wow.
Yes,
there we go. I think we're good. Thank you very much, Ashford, for everything you continue to do. Folks came and say, you know what, Ashford, man, of Stanton. I say, your least Ashford and myself business. That's how I operate. You know, I make my friend and mine, I make them happy. We laugh, we come back. But the serious issue here, folks, Ashford going to hang with us. Let me say this for each and every one of us. We are not saying this thing about Costa. We are drawing the line. Me, I hate nobody. Costa just posted this nonsense of a post. Stand with us when you're actually disgracing Joseph Yuma Boyka and not me. The US $3,000 you're talking about was to feed broke Joe Boyka every month. Yes, I had it sent to Elwin Nete. Let me say this to Costa. You don't want to do that. The Cash App, when you send Sange your wife to my office, the Cash App, Abiba, the one I Cash App to her, when you got stranded, the money I gave, you don't want to do that. It wasn't about Joseph Boyka. As I said, you receive equal amount. Why Joseph Yuma Boyka, we were helping, as you said, 3,000 to his campaign or whatsoever. You said it. You are also receiving 3,000 for yourself. Don't go and put that thing on and say the three. No. That's what pissing me off, folks. It's not about the help. I suffered during the war. I had nothing. Thank God for my mom, my pa, my brother, my sister, and thank God for one good person called Washington that saw it fit to put me on a program in Washington, D.C., Youth African Summit, and gave me the visa to come here. When I came, thank God for my wife, who was already here working at the Wendy's and taking her small money and sending it to me to help me and my family. I suffer. I know what it means to suffer. I know what it means to really suffer and jump over there by the Costa. So if you see me helping, because I know what it means to suffer, don't sit there and say the money that I want 3,000. No, ladies and gentlemen, hear me and hear me well. 3,000 for Costa, 3,000 sent to JMB. I said that because I wanted to be part of that Unity Party, not Unity Party, Joseph Yima Boyka election setting. Costa know what he myself talk. Don't put 3,000 up and say it was for JMB. That lie. The JMB received that. Can we meet a little bit, please, folks? The JMB received $3,000 all the time. When we increase it, you take your own door. I'm giving you your own. Listen, Liberians. I gave Costa 3,000 for Costa and 3,000 for JMB. So every month it was $6,000. 6. Not 3,000. Don't make me mad. Y'all tell Costa not to go there. I have the messages. I have the text messages. Y'all ask Costa Web Sanke how many times she didn't go to the office. Ask Mempe Gono. Mempe Gono. Ask Timon and George. According names. Ask Timon and George. Ask Fabrice. Ask Kelo Max. Ask Henry P. Batty. I'm not yet making up story. Don't tell me it hurt me when you lie on Joseph Boyka. Don't do that. He may not have the voice because he's an ambassador, a distinguished elder state man. So therefore, guess what? He will not respond to you. But we need to stop this. Don't go and post something that is incorrect and say, I gave you 3,000, that the 3,000 you get netted. That lie. That is when you lie and say, when my partner contributed 60,000, you went ahead and say it was some of it, most of it. Say the truth to the Liberian people. Don't do that. It will save your soul. At least Joshua will believe you. So let's stop this thing. What I have in my possession, I can call names that this boss sent me their text messages. Funati Kofa, don't let me reveal some of this thing. Some people will not live to see tomorrow morning if I put this thing on here. Let me tell you guys now. You think CDC is satisfied with you? Or do you show Joe we are here? The thing that you not say about Joe, we are text messages you receive from congressmen, what you wanted them to do to him, should I reveal it? Costa, I want you to speak. And let's put an end to this thing. What you say about Kalasco, I want you to speak. They can forgive you, it's up to them. But they know that you're fake. Moa Molo is a snitch. He's speaking to people he came here, he came to your house. He had a message, he begging to snitch on Joe. We are to put. Don't let me tell the thing. That's some people that live to see tomorrow, man. You pull out text message and say, oh yeah, that 3,000. That no, tell the people the truth. It was 6,000. Monthly salary, not all the other small things you used to go collect. So I'm going to find a couple of the cash app and I'm going to share it because I don't want you. I don't do this so often, but I don't want you sitting here lying. And you think people won't believe you.
Stanton, you have said
enough,
it.
guys.
I think we should move on.
Thank you, Brahma Kamara. I appreciate us moving on. You know, this thing, what Ashra didn't say about me, why I didn't say, yeah, Ashra, yeah. Ashra older than me. But he must say, hit the argument. But you know what? He will call and ask for my wife. Ashra can come in the house here. My father-in-law. He will ask for my children. He will keep it real. He will not be fake. You say, my man, I will say this about you. I go on my show. We'll laugh about it. After you did all this thing for almost 3 years, you must go post. But God there. Let me bring out the conversation, which is important. Today, Kabina Janet, folks, I'm going to start with Mr. Duado on this one. We saw a few days ago, ARCO endorsed JMB. Kabina Janet is in position and he said he's supporting JMB. Kabina Janet, you understand he from that group that, you know what, they beat on him, they remove him as a justice. And he's saying that he's supporting JMB. Mr. Duado, but on the other hand, Mr. Comey said, my hand are clean. My executive committee decided to support CDC. Can you talk to us about these both, the endorsement today as to why it takes right now? Who's actually shining? Mr. Duadu?
The first thing I would say,
impact the endorsement going to bring to the conversation, sir?
I will address that. The first thing I'm going to say is, if you put yourself forward to become a national leader, you do not, under any circumstance, have the luxury of abstaining from making national decisions when it comes to taking a position in the country. Mr. Cummings is wrong on this issue. He must take a position openly. And I want to say to the country, Mr. Cummings has not endorsed anybody. He has refused to come up as a man and say, listen, this is my decision and I stand by the decision. Until Mr. Cummings does that, we don't know where he stands. And this is not the kind of leadership we're going to speak to. But I want you to take a look.
No, I won't interrupt you. You are saying what took place, that Mr. Cummings didn't endorse because his party. I would disagree, though, but you make your point. I think I would disagree.
Mr. Cummings has not endorsed. Let me tell you something. If I gave Ashford Ghali a stamp of approval, I will come out and talk about he not paying nobody more. I will stay on Broad Street and talking. Look, we all die but once. I say this, look, this is something that in time of crucial national upheaval, you must take a position as a national leader openly. Mr. Cummings has run away from this decision. He relegated the decision to people that are insignificant to some extent when it comes to the hierarchical structure of the CPP organization. He must lead. He doesn't have a choice. You have to lead. But let me say that about Kabina Jenner. I want you to see the caliber of people that are endorsing the UP and the Bapla then. See this again, sway the auxiliary wing of Magivi Kante. We catching like Dunzo. We catching the chairman of ARCO. These people are coming out. What CDC is doing shameless. Let me say this about Kabina Janet. This is a pillar of the Liberian society, a justice of the Supreme Court. This man, look, I want you to listen to me, Kolo, if you're in Liberia. The people will understand the way our government is supposed to work. They say we now look at all the things we're supposed to look at. We think Honorable Bwakai, we're not even thinking, we know because history informs us that a man can reorient the society in the direction that will help everybody. Nobody will be us out. The likes of Janet, the likes of H. Bowman family, and THS of the world, the ARCOs, the Gunglo, these cutting trees of Liberia, they are endorsing Honorable Bwakai because they understand, this man understands our traditions. He understands the vitality of our society. He understands the history of our country. He understands what is required to build institutions to govern the society. President Weah doesn't have an inkling of understanding of what leadership entails. This man is a danger to this society. They are telling you this man will destroy us. President Weah, look, I will use Jerome's words. He posed an existential threat. That means because President Weah go there, I want you to know with that soon. Now what I beat England mean? He's a danger. Choose Boakai so we can be rescued from this filth of kleptocracy, mobocracy, kekistocracy. This man is not good for Liberia. We screaming because it would be a dangerous thing. If you vote for President Weah, you're relegating your sons and daughter to a life of extreme destitution, something we would not accept. I'll give it back to you, Stanton.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dwell. Let me bring in Mr. Kamara, Minister Kamara. Then we'll go to our sister, Dr. Richardson and Jemima. We'll go the dual level folks. Again, Mr. Dwell, can you hang on just 1 minute? Let me run to the door. Someone is there, please. You did a good job yesterday, Mr. Dwell. A lot of folks praise you, by the way. Thank you. You're a good moderator. Mr. Minister Kamara, go ahead, please. The same question to everyone.
Yeah, thank you. I think the decision for endorsing the GNB Jeremiah Kum ticket by well-meaning Liberians is all about the future we want. And just to make a point, listening to you guys, I think 2 days ago, and Gerald wanted to paint a picture on the macroeconomic front. People are suffering. Poverty is in the country. No employment. The issue about justice is a concern. And he started to cherry pick and went into talking about that this administration has the best record of inflation. You are wrong, Jeru. 12 years under Madam Salif, where Ambassador Boyka served as vice president. The average inflation over 12 years is 9.43%. In 6 years under this administration, the average inflation is 15.59, double-digit inflation. How did it start? Go back into 2018, 2019. The issue of 16 billion. Pregnancy is not manifested in the back. It will always come up front. When you dabble into monetary matter in a way where there is no control over the monetary variable, inflation in 2018, 2019 went from 23% to 27%. That's hardship on the Liberian people. You were playing catch up towards the end of the administration, but when you combine 23.4%, 27% in 2019, 17.4% in 2020, 7%, and then 9.6% as of September, that's hardship that people are saying no to. Macroeconomic governance is out of the loop. Another thing I want to point, our debt situation, domestically, Dwalu, the overall picture in 12 years, the debt profile of Liberia came down from over 4.5 billion to 878 million in 2017 when we ended the administration. Between 2017 and 2023 to date, our debt stock has increased by over 1.3 billion. Come domestically, if you look at how it is now presented by the Ministry of Finance debt section, the domestic debt, what they call other institution, is an aggregated number, but I want to state there is a concern now of NASCOP. The debt profile is showing NASCOP, government's obligation to NASCOP is over 100 million. So, and we're going to look into that. We'll ask questions. It comes back into 2020. And that's why every time we wrote, it was just to guide President Weah. But others took it as, oh yeah, it was that for him, but it was to guide him. Life after death, Liberia having reached a completion point, our dead burden has now resurfaced. And then domestically, the concern now is at the central bank and NASCOP.
30
How
seconds.
have we reached this point? These are all reasons the Liberian people are saying JNB, JKK, the way to go, number one. The rooster. I submit.
Colonel Gray, same question as it relates to Kabina Janet.
What was the question?
What does a Kabina Janet endorsement do for the JMB, and put the issue of Kabina Janet into perspective?
That judicial, well, that legislative, ganging up against one branch of government that is responsible for checks and balance, which is the judiciary, of which Kabina was a composite part that balanced the power that existed in a body politic. That ganging up against that man was a precedent that any group of individual can just cook up lies and have their day in court or in their own little chambers and get you out simply because you do not support their activities. I think Kabina Jane comes with, that clout from this administration that saw him, a man who meant well, was kicked out of from his office when the very law protects him. The law says anything you do in the execution of your duty, you cannot be prosecuted for it. And with caveat, whatever Kabina Janet did, for which they held him accountable, was in line of his duty. He took a decision when the higher chamber of the court, which is the Supreme Court, whenever they go to they ponder over an issue, they have to take a side. Just as it's now the responsibility of Liberians to take a side, because there are two individuals in this race. I call them the good and the bad. Choose one side. So Kabina Jane comes with that reverence that hurt so many people that were helpless. Look, when Kabina Jane was removed, I just knew it was a threat to our democracy. When the like of Akarius Gray, who is not there today, ganged up against him, I know that it's just a matter of time they could gang up against anybody. And go back and look at some of the trumped up charges they came up with, flimsy ones. But you know what? I hope he's coming to Ambassador Buckeye aisle of the divide with some legal reform.
30 seconds.
Because we need that. We need that as a country. And what he brings to the table, I think he brings also, that those helpless orders who could not stop this particular action that were brought against him. He brings that in, and most of them are looking at him as a leader. This is what we call an endorsement of substance, other than one person who just sits and talk too much and then coming to endorse someone they don't even appreciate.
Thank you.
We appreciate the fact that Kabina Janet took side. He did not sit like some others just to watch, because this is the time good people or bad people take side.
Thank you so much. I want to go to my sister Fatima, but I will phrase the question this way. It seems people of substance, like my brother Colonel Gray just said, are endorsing Honorable Boykai. What's the significance of that? And I want you to tie Honorable Kabina Jana into the mix.
Thank you to all of the panelists and to all of the viewers around the world. As you see, this is a grassroots, serious organization. Today, the Rescue Mission. If you've gone to Liberia recently, and you see the dire need of our people and of our country itself, like I said, we are fighting for her soul. People that are coming are permanent Liberians who are not belly driven, who are in it with their whole heart, who want the country to prosper because if she prospers, they prosper and their people prosper. So the likes of Cabinet Janet will actually bring a lot to the table. He's a Madingo man. He's a family member of mine. He's actually married to my first cousin. And he's a good person. He was done the injustice that was done to him. He still maintained himself. He sat, he was quiet, and he's been watching. But his credibility is there. Like Lucini Kamara and the likes of Siku Kromanem, who came from ALCO and endorsed the Honorable Joseph Nima Bwaka, what they said was that they've watched this man his entire career. He has no tainted record and they know his heart. Unlike what other people will come here and say and try to drag him and denigrate him, he's a man who truly loves Liberia. And when I went and met him and I asked him, I said, Honorable Buckeye, why now? Why Liberia? And when he told me, he said, do you think it's fair for me to get sick and go to Ghana or the United States and contribute towards their healthcare system over there? Why can't I perfect the hospitals in Liberia where me and the Liberian citizens attend our own hospitals and take care of all of us? And on that note, I knew that this man wanted the best for Liberians. Kabila Janem, he's not just one of those people that would just go out talking without any brains and cursing and being disrespectful. He's a good statesman. As you can see in our country, permanent Liberians have become beggars in their own country. They're sitting there, they look at the injustices and they look at the trajectory of our country and our economy, and they are all, it's like can't help. Today, two of my colleagues that work with the elections commission were saying they haven't been paid and they're about to strike next week because they have not gotten paid yet. I mean, and we're about to go to a runoff. And these people sit there in good faith and do absolutely nothing. Take the wealth of the country and spread it for people that are going all around, buying votes. The message I would like to tell them, if you've done the people justice in 6 years, you will not be running helter-skelter all over the place. You know, the good thing we did was we gave you 6 years and you gave the Liberian people absolutely nothing. And they will, on a second ballot, reject you once again. So
thank you. I'm going to go to Angie Maman up there, but I want for you to answer the question this way. It seems like my brother Colonel Gray said, people of substance are endorsing Honorable Boakai. I want you to speak to the people in the country, the significance of that in terms of not just voting for Honorable Boakai, but the significance to the society, and tie Honorable Kabila Jana into that as well.
My people of Liberia, you need to compare the people who are endorsing CDC and those who are endorsing Joseph M. Parker. You need to open your eyes, because a man like Kabina Janet, when I was told at the time when I was in CDC that they were about to remove him, I spoke to Akara Gray and said, no, you can't do that. He hasn't done anything to what you want. He said the man kept us in stress for 2 months. He held on to the decision when we won the elections. So we will remove him. And I told him that reason was not sufficient enough. He shouldn't do it. However, we sat here and watched the people, the handful of people, citizens, remove Kabina Janet who was then the Associate Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. And Kabila is one of the best. He put it like it is. He followed the rule of law. And the removing were on no cost. So, Liberian people, you need to watch the kind of people that are going to JMB. They're not just foolish people. You got the likes of Kabina, you got the likes of HB, Boyman Formula, you have former Minister of Education, you have the likes of Brother Lucini Camara, who has the ACO, who was former Minister of Finance. Then you have Tiawan Gonglo, who was what? Former Minister of Labor and Solicitor General. So the kind of people that are moving towards the dream, those are people, those are leaders who can stand and make good decisions. Those are leaders who, when you say good governance, they are there. Those are people who know exactly what they want. They're not seeking gravy. They are not seeking gravy because they have worked all the period of time and they earn an honest living. So those people, GMB and the rest of the rescue team, they don't have to pay them any money to come over. Unlike CDC, who is ditching on money, paying people 100,000, paying some people 50,000. No, JMB, the people are moving towards the rescue team because of the kind of people that are going there, and the people have their own money. You don't need to pay them, but they have seen the need to save this country, to rescue this country.
30 seconds.
We are in a big mess. And so I want to say to the Liberian people, congratulations again, and congratulations to all those who have come on board. Brother Lucina Camara, Boyman Formula, Tawan Gonglo, Ashro Gale, you can just name it, you can just go on and on. For time, I will not be able to go into details. So these people are good people, sincere people, people with integrity. We're looking at people with integrity, and they have not been bought. They have not given them 1 cent, including myself. Nobody called me. I went on the rescue team by myself. Nobody gave me a dime. Nobody called me to tell me, say, Jim, I want to call you. Come and be of help. Because you know what? We all have one common goal, one common denominator, is to save the state, to save Liberia. It is Liberia first, and before we go to GMB.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stanton, before I give it to you, I'll go down to Fadiga and then you have Dr. Frank.
No, I beg you, please go ahead. Because,
okay.
Yeah,
so, Fadiga, Fadiga will come to you. The thing is, yes, Kabina Janen is endorsing Honorable Boykai. I don't just want you to focus on the endorsement, but I want you to focus on the significance of the endorsement by comparison. Because for our people to understand the importance of voting one over another, they must understand the cost also associated with other people selecting them of no substance, not understanding how society works, as opposed to people who understand how society works. And I'll give it to you, Brother Fadiga.
Is it you must understand how our people vote. We vote on different categories. In the rural area, the people don't look at nothing. The township come and say they are someone caring, the people vote. People vote on tribal line as well. It is normal. It's perfectly normal. Even in America, people want someone that reflect their true values. They believe that that person will seek their interest. That is the mindset that even white people vote for white people. Donald Trump got some vote. They were still wondering why he became president. But it is natural. A cabinet Janet's support. Am I surprised? No. We saw this coming. It just speaks to how irresponsible the we administration have been throughout this time. They are not politically savvy. They don't see beyond their nose. This only thing about now. They do not have any future. They do not have any foresight to really see. How will you remove one of the most permanent Mandingo? When Ellen put Mandingo in position, she did not use them as just bag ball. Alaska is my good friend. But just being behind the president is, well, you can get money, you can get recognition, but that is not a position. That is not a position I would want in any government. Because Mandingo people are more than beg ball. When we saw Amara Khan heading 2 ministries, he delivered. When Mandingo people were in permanent position for too long, Mandingo people in Liberia, when it came to academic, a lot of our Mandingo brothers, my brothers and sisters, they didn't go to school. They were traders. They did well on that front. But in the last couple of years, we have seen Mandingos rise to the occasion. And former Justice Johnny represented that. George Weah took that away from the people. They were helpless. They carried out frivolous lawsuit. He was successful temporarily. ECOWAS did everything. But George Weah, being the dictator he is, it happened. Now it's payback time. But they're talking about ACO. I said on the Symphony, ACO will endorse. Look, besides the insulting Mandingo people and all this something, what happened is that the Mandingo people felt left out. And when you talk about Mandingo, you cannot even leave out the Muslim community. So ACO is not only a reflection of Mandingo alone. It comes with the Muslim in Liberia. Do the math. It's a significant amount of Muslim in Liberia. So George Weah have lost. Look, certain people in the hierarchy of ACO wanted to go with the CDC. Those Unimike, Lurf, X-Factors, those real hardcore partisans, they said they were not going to do it. They were going to burn them. I know it because I'm privy to some of the back end dealings.
30 seconds.
So I'm not surprised. But Dalo, I want to say one thing before I close. I expected Cabinet Jane and it's a significant gain to the boycott team. But I want to speak to those that are on the fence. Look, the fence in this election is razor thin. You sit down there, you're going to cut your baham. You cannot afford to sit on the fence. I'm very disappointed in Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Cummings has just put the final nail in his political coffin because by not choosing side, look, imagine if Mr. Cummings were in such a position. You're looking for ants or the American people in the diaspora want to vote for you. Everybody has your time. You are starting to look like a sore loser. That is how you're starting to look. And what is going to happen? That 1.70% that you guys anyway, the people are not waiting for you. They are looking for leadership. If you cannot show that leadership, they're not waiting for you. The younger people in Liberia are going to choose their own path, and we are seeing it happen. Let me say this one shot to my friend and brother Prince William, a staunch supporter of the CPP. He just came through, and many others that I'm seeing on social media that are coming to the rescue train. By the end of the day, that 1.6% will turn to 0.02.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will let Dr. Francine anchor this, but I'll go to my brother Jerome first. Brother Jerome, I want you to gauge the issue of Kabina Janet's support. And you can contrast that with any kind of major support that went to the CDC. Now, it seems, I'm going to base this on factual information. It seems people that understand the governance process in Liberia and how it should work to improve the society tend to be supporting Honorable Boakai as opposed to auxiliary groups of young men who have not held any significant position in the country, and they seem they're being enticed by President Weah, whatever means that is. Can you contrast that? I give it to you, Brother Gibson. 2 minutes.
Thank you. First of all, let me say the issue of Cabinet Janet, I think we should be discussing it and analyzing it more than just saying the man is credible, he's supporting. I think there are more analytical issues about Cabinet Janet. I did not expect Cabinet Janet to support George Weah for all indications. Okay, and I also disagree with some of you who are beating on the impeachment process. The impeachment, though, is legal, but it's more of a political process, political charge than legal charge. And when the case was going on, he went to the Supreme Court for the quashing of that case. The Cabinet Janet own colleagues, justices, they voted in favor of the process going forward. So they didn't vote against it. If they had voted against it, probably the whole process would have been halted. But his own colleagues on the bench voted in favor of it for it to continue. So for me, I believe in the rule of law. And some people think that when the rule of law takes place, it must favor certain people, then it's good. If it's not favor certain people, then that's bad. So I'm not for that. But yes, Cabinet Janet issue is very important. Let's look at the intricacies. The the Mandingo kingdom is going to divide. The Mandingo kingdom is going to divide, and Cabinet Janet is going to bring a large amount of people to JMB. I must admit here, okay, we're going to bring a large amount of people to JMB because the anger that generated during the impeachment process is going to transmit into votes. That I must recognize as a journalist. I must recognize this is not about politics; it's about looking at reality. It also looking at people like the former finance minister, Lucini Kamara, coming on is also going to bring a lot of votes. But definitely there will be a lot of people who are in the Mandingo Kingdom that are still going to vote for George Weah. I usually tell people George Weah is more of a Muslim than a Christian. For those of you who follow George Weah, the first time he ever entered God work was to become a Muslim when he was playing in France. He was a Muslim. He used to go to mosques to pray. So I usually say the man is more of a Muslim than a Christian. But I disagree with some of you who think that other people who go to George Weah's side are not credible. When Besson Garfine you guys wanted Besson Garfine so badly. Besson Garfine endorsed George Weah. All of a sudden, he's not a credible person. He's not a decent person. Edith Gonglo, you guys expected Edith Gonglo to follow her brother to join the JMB train. Once she went to George Weah, Edith Gonglo is no longer a credible person. Gabriel McIntosh, because Gabriel McIntosh has
but I'm
not.
going to add more there, Gibson. I'll give you extra 30 seconds. You speak to the political. You say Kabina Jedim's case was not more of an impeachment, but more political. Should politics be involved at the Supreme Court when they're making decisions? Extra 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. The issue of impeachment, I said, is legal, but more of a politics. It's more of a political thing. See what happened to Donald Trump here, for example, in America. The charges for which they're impeaching for. Some of them, I don't believe they are true. Some of them, I believe they are true. But people, it's the House that makes the charges. People is mixed with politics. So they only look for a little crime and they can use it to impeach you. So it's more of a political endeavor than a legal process. If it was a legal process, it was going to go through the legal legal process, the exhibits, the evidence produced. All of these were going to play a major role in determining, or the jurors determining whether the veracity of that charge can be attainable or cannot be attainable. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so to end on, and I disagree that the Cabinet General was removed and another Mandingo member was put in his place. Justice Kaba was in his place. And there are other Mandingo people who work for this government too. They don't mean that they are not important, like Bwaka Fofana who work at the Ministry of Information. There are other people who are important, guys. Look, let's elevate this conversation to analyze people activities rather than trying to denigrate people because they not come to JNB. Today, you guys are telling me that Cummings is no longer credible. Are you guys really serious? That Cummings is no longer credible? Just give me 10 seconds. This is not a way to produce, to argue the issue. We make it dull for our people who are listening to us. For me to sit here because Cummings are not declared support for JNB, therefore he's no longer credible. This is not a way to do it. And you guys are not helping the audience. You guys are not helping the audience to
10 seconds finish.
Thank you, brother. And we're going to Dr. Francine to take us home, but I want to stress this point. Nobody.
But they ask my own point on Cabinet.
Yeah, we'll come to you, but going to Dr. Francine first. But I want to say this: nobody said Comey is not credible. Everybody said Comey must take a position as a national leader. It's not synonymous with credibility entirely. That was the focus. But Dr. Francine, to you, in terms of Kabina Jana, his endorsement. If you can contrast that with some of the endorsement President Weah is doing and getting, and how does that relate or improve the society that we want? I give it to you.
It appears to me that Kabina Janet is the poster child for the injustices that exist in Liberia. We saw that because he disagreed with the government, it affected his position. He was eventually impeached. And one of the things that I should say, I do not know Kabina Janet, but I think we need more Kabina Janet in our country because he didn't just sit there quietly, from what I understand and what I read. He researched, he assessed the situation and took his case further to another body. that also determines some of the wrongdoings that was done to him. So the thing is, many people in our country will say, "Oh, I will say there, that the government are bitch, the government can do what they can do," but he didn't do that. And that's why I say we need more of him in our country. Um, I believe that we can disagree in our country. I think that's what Kabina stands for. We can disagree. We can disagree with the government, but you don't have to lose your livelihood because of your disagreement. And I think that's a lesson that we can learn from him. In contrast to what you asked me about leadership, of course, there's the big news today about CPP endorsement. I have several questions that I wrote down, and I've been thinking about this throughout the day. One, what does it mean for a leader to be neutral? And then his, the people underneath him, his executive committees endorse have another decision. What does that mean? That's what I've been reflecting on today. Like, I would say neutral, but then my executive committee would endorse another party. Did the endorsement of the executive committee help CDC or harm CDC? Those are all questions that I believe that we can answer here. Another question was the endorsement for personal reasons or for Mama Liberia? That's how I think about what was happening today. And lastly, neutrality is a position, in my opinion. And you can be neutral because you opposed both parties. For example, I am neutral because I feel that Unity Party and CDC Party are not equipped or competent enough to put our country on our right path.
Now, the president will push you. I'll give you
Wait,
extra.
before you push me. I respect all of your views. Okay, all of your views. Whether you're neutral, whether you support Unity Party, whether you support CDC. However, I have decided to be neutral. Now, a leader is supposed to say that. If you believe that, you say it. Like, you can say to nobody, your hand can fit nobody muff, or your hand can fit nobody, whatever you can say. My eating pen ain't nobody's house. I can say. But that's where you need to take a stand. But when you have this divided leadership, I don't understand that too much. But go ahead.
Let me push you. I'll give you the 30 seconds. Look, you cannot, neutrality is not something you take after the fact. Let me explain what that means. Mr. Cummings has already taken a position. He ran as an opposition to President Weah. So his issue of neutrality has already been settled. He said he's not neutral. He's not been neutral. He explained he gave President Weah a red card. Can you go back on your neutrality because of convenience or expediency and say now you're neutral? 30 seconds out of your time.
Very good question, Dwalu. Very good question. And this is why I started off by saying...
Dwalu, I did something to you? I've been here and you jumping on me. Mr. Boma Kamara, I just got a position maybe 40 minutes ago, and the man just trying to eliminate me totally.
Did you realize that you're interrupting me?
Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, this neutrality, there's a lot of question about it, okay? You cannot, there's something about leadership being neutral. You the leader of a group, you being neutral, and then the people underneath you endorsing another party you need to grapple with. So that's my answer to you. I don't know if that's an answer to you, but
it's not an answer. But before I give it a stance, I want to say this: the option of neutrality as a leader, you can be neutral on guys. We're gonna pave the road between Kimau, or we pave the road between Bapulu and Vonjima. And because of these factors, I will allow you guys. I gave you two options. A leader has to give options that you can select from. Mr. Cumming has not given an option. Mr. Kami has abstained, even though he initially took a position. But Senator, I will say this to you.
No. But if you read
Can I
Mr.
get
Cummings'
15
letter, and I'll just say
seconds?
No, you gotta wait, Gibson. You gotta wait.
15 seconds.
I get an
Yeah, 15
announcement.
seconds.
Okay.
Mr. Cummings said,
I have
Brother,
an
can I give an
announcement.
advice to my niece?
let me just
I want to give an
clarify.
advice to my niece.
Yesterday, today you messing up, bro.
Let's
For
go
real.
to the show. Let's go to the show,
Cummings
guys.
said, number one,
Dr. Francis, 10 seconds. Gibson, can you
Mr.
wait,
Cummings
please?
said, number one, he said the election was rigged. Number one. Okay. Number two, he said he's maintaining his neutrality because in the future, when he advocates for justice or human rights for the government, he wants to be able to have that voice where he doesn't, it wouldn't be like he's biased against someone. So that's the two things I heard out of the statement that he produced today.
Senator, I'm coming to you. When you take a neutral position and it's only green, it's not neutrality, it borders on cowardice to some degree. That's just me, man. He ain't feeling nobody more. But still, let me tell this to you. Kabina Jane, a giant in our jurisprudence, a man of substance, however you describe him. What does he bring to the Bwaka team? Does he add or subtract?
I think, let me say this. You want to play nice with the words and smart. I like that. And, I went to my sister today, and she said, "Oh, that Dwaru man, he's good. We're not on the show. In my mother, I said, what about Dr. Richardson? Oh, Come's not in the race no more. So what Dr. Richardson would say? Then my sister was saying, no.
Really?
Then I get my cousin, Angeline, saying, well, I love that. I love Dwaru's voice. I said, Dwaru is married, Angeline. You know Angie from Maryland. But let me come to the issue.
I'm a son of a Golo chief. I can get 4 wives. Tell her that.
No, it's not in our family. You already married. You can't get none of my family. But let me say this.
You gotta go to, right?
What happened here is that George Manawia, and that's how messed up George Weah is. All those that are around George Manawia, they will continue to catch Buka. They will never catch the gripper, the anaconda. They will never grab those big shark whale. They will catch only Buka and Boning. Because you know what? That's George Manawia level. That's the man lifestyle. I beg you, Dwalu. Can George Manawia point to any football player and say, this is the person I talk to Europe and the person become this X, Y, and Z? Everything is only George Manawia. His level is Buka. That's why he turned to Costa. He turned to Ure. He turned to Tidia. And say, I grabbed them like Buka.
And Pojo.
Maybe Joe, we are going to have a Mumwen style of living. That ratting face Mumwen. I think that's what he's going to. So you want to play with this thing, play with it. But this is here I come in with Kabina. I agree with Gibson on this one. George Manawia knew from distant, far or near, Kabina was never going to endorse him. I'm bringing Justice Kabina on Spoon Talk. He messed Justice Kabina. The power he holds in his hand. Why do you think Joseph Boaga received endorsement from Lieutenant Kamara Aho? It was because of the involvement of Justice Kabila. They see when you hear Nima Kwado, the Madigo people get their own. Make no mistake, from Lofa, Nimba, the Western Belt, you come down to Montserrado, the Madingo people are one. You compare Adisila to those great endorsements. People call the children to listen. The people that have history, close relationship with the Madingo people, they will tell you, George Manawia, and those that are around him, trust me, they are regretting. They are regretting. One person around George Manawia that have some relationship has been Madingo, Kalasco. See what happening? Call the people Madingo dolls. His own man, his pa, his children, his cousin. Call them Madingo dogs. We will play that clip here tonight. Turn to them and cussing them because of George Manawia. And you expected the people to go ahead and celebrate you, George Manawia. They have a little over 2%. But when they are for you, 85% go behind you. 85% or more you will receive when they say we are for you. Unlike, hey man, my good friend, unlike anything you would say. Look at our own dear old man, Papa, man. I love Mr. Cummings. Let me address the Mr. Cummings issue, Dwalu. I think you are right. Mr. Cummings made a mistake. And they speak to his leadership style, Dwalu. Mr. Cummings should have taken a position. You know, Mr. Cummings said, you know what, I'm out of this thing, and my party out of this thing. But your party leadership, everything you taught them, everything you said to them, they went against it. This criminal of George Bannon we are. Yeah, I say criminal. Trust me. The men that you condemn for extrajudicial killing, the kleptocratic form of government that you preach against, Mr. Cummings. I was so surprised when I saw my papa, former representative Yankwe, is that his name? For Nima Kante. All the time you spend with Mr. Cummings, you turn your back on him and you go, because Joia gets more bag by him, you go hang out with Joia and say you endorse him. So they were lying to Mr. Cummings. Those people had their agendas. Those people had their own plans. And Mr. Cummings was just all in it, not knowing that he was walking in danger. I pray for Mr. Cummings. I heard that he left the country, he came to the United States. I don't know how true it is. But the decisions, the CPP, I guarantee you, there will be no CPP 2029. I guarantee you, Mr. Cummings have put his political future, he have entangled his political future. Because when people were speaking about those around him, he felt that he was in a comfort zone, but they have shown the true color. Mr. Cummings preached against this thing. People supported Mr. Cummings. Dr. Richardson, Reframing Gray, they put the $300 in, the $500 in every month. Mr. Cummings will go to North Carolina, Chicago, go to Maryland, come to New Jersey. People will support Mr. Cummings with the hard-earned money because he was fighting against the system. He was fighting against 12 years and he was fighting against 6 years. And today, those people say, no, we will take the 6 years of massive corruption, abject poverty, abuse to our women. The true Mr. Cummings, please stand up. And now you ask why the people gave Mr. Cummings 1.6%. It was this reason why they gave him 1.6%. They gave him 1.6% because Liberians saw through Mr. Cummings. Do you think Mr. Cummings ever will come back? But I will rest because I know you guys got to go. Let me give this announcement. Togai Gay McIntosh, Dr. Togai Gay McIntosh will be on Spoon Talk on Monday. He got something to tell the nation. He is coming to endorse. I say, eh? You coming to endorse? I told Mr. Cummings, no. Remember, Dr. McIntosh is not a part of Liberty Party or ANC. He was a special advisor to Mr. Cummings. Do not tie Dr. McIntosh with the endorsement. No. I guarantee you, it was, listen, thank you, Dualu. Thank you. Dr. McIntosh is coming to endorse somebody. He that have an ear, let him hear what the angel says to the churches. No, don't laugh with me, Gibson. Don't do that. You scared? Wait. What Gibson laughing for? You're not scared. Dr. McIntosh is coming with his own endorsement, and he got his own followings. He have his own following. He's coming to break the news on Monday. So you go ahead. And many people will leave for Mr. Cummings. Many real CPP folks will leave because they do not agree with the executive committee. Dualu, arrest my brother. I know you can do this, but you know I got 7 minutes. I got to go. So I will beg you, folks, to every one of you, join us tomorrow because I have to go. I'm leaving this with Dualu, who will go to the phone line. We got a lot of evidence, a lot of proof, a lot of reason why you should know these people. Then I think they are your friend. And when we begin to release those clips, you will understand sedition will break apart. When I begin to share with you, and I will say this and leave. When Herman Pedro Costa fought against some individual that were trying to remove Mr. Ure from sanction, and for Mr. Ure to come to America It takes their own son to stop it. Henry, we got that letter. We got the text message. Henry fought against it and said, Mr. You shouldn't come to America. If you give that puppy a chance to come to America, that puppy will say he won't be VP to Joseph Yiman Puaka. You don't do it. We got all the information. You will beg your brother Henry not to go there. If he attacked Joseph Yiman Puaka, we will put things outside that he don't want us to put outside. Let's keep this politics clean. And I beg to leave, folks. Honorable Kamara, thank you for coming. El Remy Gray, as always, Angie Mama, you're the best. I want to say Gibson, Jerry, Fatima, my new cousin, Dr. Richardson, thank you. Mr. Duado, is all you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But before we go to the phone line,
Mr. Duado, can I comment on
yeah. I'll give it to you. Before we go to the phone line, I will give everybody 1 minute, and I mean real true 1 minute.
Yeah.
To say anything they want to say before we go to the phone line. But it will be 1 minute. But I want to say this. The danger of Mr. Cummings' decision. In a school of infantry, this is what we are taught. If there is this unity of command, the troop go in their own separate direction, and it disorganizes the commands. You cannot achieve your tasks. There are two commands in the military: mission accomplishment and troop welfare. Mr. Cummings has not accomplished the mission, and he is not taking care of the welfare of the troop by his decision. That is a problem. Dr. Francine, we're going to start with you. True 1 minute. Whatever you have to say before we go to the phone line.
Once again, I would like to understand your sentiment about Mr. Cummings and the CPP, as well as anybody sentiments about the CPP. Can I leave you with these questions? Why would a leader endorse or do one thing, maintain his neutrality, and his party endorse the CDC? Something for us to ponder about. I also want to know, was it helpful for him to endorse the CDC, or would it be helpful for him to endorse the Unity Party? What does he contribute? That's something that we answer. Again, I think this is an even more important question. Was the endorsement a personal thing or in the interest of Mama Liberia? So that's my 2 minutes. So I will give it back to you.
We're going to go to Brother Gibson. You got 1 minute, true 1 minute. Take me down, Francine. I'll keep it to the time.
I'm going to disagree with all of you about Cummings. I think I respected Cummings yesterday.
I beg you, Gibson. Sorry to interrupt you. Yegezi, can you turn the orange phone off? I called you, you're not answering, but that's okay. We're getting a bad feedback. The audience are saying it. I know people are calling. Just turn it off. Yeah, thank you very much. Always do that. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I disagree with all of you about Cummings. I respected Cummings yesterday. I respect him today, and I will respect him tomorrow. There are two reasons why Cummings remain neutral. And the first one is Cummings cannot reward bad behavior with Joseph Boakai and his followers cutting him down to size, disparaging him, viscerating him, making sure that he is diminished in the eyes of the Liberian people. And he goes and endorses Joseph Boakai. Cummings, I want to say thank you for not endorsing Joseph Boakai. If you are endorsing Joseph Boakai, you are going to be encouraging bad behavior, because politicians will just think that they can do anything to you, and once they are in the driver's seat, you will come and following them and falling on them. But Cummings cannot also endorse George Weah, because he believes fervently that George Weah is not a leader. That's what he said. He believed that Joshua is not a person he can follow. So Cummings did the right thing. In fact, what he did in the future, all of you can say anything you want to say. In the future, people will stand and say, when that time came, Cummings did not endorse anybody. He was his own man. Cummings had no control over what the executive committee decision is. It's the same with Katiawa Gondo. The executive committee decided to go to Joseph Boakai. The rest of the other people decided to go to George Weah, including his sister. So in this case, the executive committee decided to go to George Weah, and Cummings said, no, I'm not following you.
Thank you.
Even though you have a right, your vote won my vote for us to decide to be neutral, and you decide to go to George Weah, but I'm going to remain in neutral. I'm not going to endorse anybody because I have something to say to the Liberian people in the future.
Thank you.
So I believe what Cummings did was he was surviving. His name will come out stronger than the way you people are disparaging it against cowardice or being, or not serious as a leader. No, it's not like that. And the last 10 seconds of my minutes.
No, you're done. You're done, brother. It's 1 minute. We're gonna go to Brother Bama Kamara. You got 1 minute, whatever's on your mind.
Yeah. The thing is, Teon Gonglo, as the head of LPP, took a decision as the head of that institution, not the other way around. And let me say, Liberia will have a distinct way of relating to issues. You are either for or against. You can sit on the fence. You will be considered as somebody who is indecisive. That's Liberia for us. And I want to just point that out to my niece. The Liberian psyche is a different environment. The way we interpret things, the way we define things, in terms of the Liberian mentality, we have to face the fact. You either take one of the two. You can't say, I'll leave it. Overall, GNB, JKK is the way to go for a better Liberia. We rally around this cause because we will be there to hold it to account. The future we want will have to be involved. I rest my case.
Sis Fatima?
Well, I just want us to ultimately remember what we are here for, to propagate the message of Joseph Numa Bwaka and Jeremiah Panko. We want all of our Liberian people to know, if you are better off than you were 6 years ago, by all means, continue with Bookerization, continue with Kush Nation. But if you and your family continue to suffer, continue to have nothing, continue to become beggars, please reject George Weah and his administration. Joseph Numa Bwaka is going to bring prosperity to our nation. He's going to be inclusive. He's going to include all of Liberians into their own affairs. He's going to ensure that our people rise again, our country rises again, the soul of our nation is saved. So, ladies and gentlemen, Liberians all across the globe, encourage your people, each one, speak to one, to remind them of what's at stake. The very future of our nation, the very soul of our nation is at stake. Let's unite and vote on November 14th. And I'm going to join you guys. I'm on my way again for us to go and vote Joseph Numa Bwaka and Jeremiah Panko. Thank you. I will not speak my VAR now. I will speak it later.
We'll see. Stage Mama, your 1 minute.
Well, I like to speak to the Liberian people. Liberian people, I want to mostly speak to the people down there, the Yana boys, the my Mary, the my Kima, our children on the streets. If you feel like my sister, my daughter just said, if you feel that you live a good life or you enjoy President, we had 6 years. Everything was super and natural. Everything was okay. Then you can vote for him. But if you know you suffer for 6 years, the way everyone at the time, the small people, the big people, the middle class, everybody was suffering. Businesses closing down, no investor coming. They can't buy your goods, you get your chicken to the market, it get rotting. Because we ain't got money to go and buy your goods, or you yourself to go and pay your children's school fee, or for somebody to go. No way. There was no way. You turn around, so businesses closing, everything down, no medicine in the hospital. People dying because they don't have money to buy medication. My Liberian people will continue to say until November 14. Until November 14. We have to open our eyes. Enough that I got friends in CDC, so let me vote. Or because they mentor, let me vote. No, we're voting for justice. We're voting for peace. We're voting for the economy to improve. We're voting for investors to come in the country. We're voting for the time they will take our money, the money they pay in school fee with, wire fees and school fee. And when you graduate 18 and you not pay requirement fees, all that thing that complete BS. All that money they're talking about is for us. That what taxes they're using against us. Don't listen to my people, Liberian people. Y'all go on November 14 and vote for Joseph Woman Parker number 1. And to the Loma people, my last on it. Loma people, Lofa County. The Kissy people, the Loma people, the Bani people, the Martino people, all the tribes are living within the Pele people, all of them are living in Lofa, in Bon County. I want to tell you, I'm not worried about Nima. I want to tell you that your own son. So you want to tell me that you don't want a president to come from Lofa County? That only cool president can come from that little tiny little country that when you put your thumb on it, you will not even see it. Lofa County deserves a president also. Liberian people, we need to turn the thing around and get from country to country, that Lofa County town. So I'm asking the Lofians, I'm married to Lofa man, my name Wolo Koli. The mama call Wolo Koli. And appealing to my husband then, to my children then, my auntie then in Lofa. All of y'all, I beg you. That I like this thing on you, we want to put the country. Joseph Parker will be the one. Lofa County must carry the president this year. Lofa County must carry it because Lofa deserves better. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Gray. I think you're the last person on this issue. For 1 minute.
You know, my brother Dwalo, I like Dr. Richardson's question. What does it mean if the Dwalo's household, endorses an idea, and then the head of the household is not part of that decision? I think it's just a matter of fact. One can infer that Mr. Dwalo, the head of the household, also endorses that idea. But that is not even what I'm trying to say here. You know, one of the reasons why some of us did not take on Henry Costa when he took um, against the person of Mr. Cummings in the course of many, many years, when he was denigrating him, bastardizing him, dragging him through the mud, was because we were not given the mandate to do so. We were not even given due recognition. I say this because when we had the ANC where it was, Henry Costa, we contained him, just three of us. And I came up with my famous, analysis of him, his schizophrenic personality. So, but we dragged him to the extent where he revered coming closer. But we turned the ANC over to certain individuals who sat there, didn't have the wherewithal, don't have the capacity. People like Henry Costa, when you're going against them, you have to have the strength and the might. But I'm saying this, that the ANC, as it is, we will go back to Liberia and revive it, void of any current leadership, and we will make our presence felt just as we were before going to the 2017 election, where we came almost third or fourth. It's because of the leadership. The ANC is the way it is. The CDC has been relegated. I mean, CPP has been relegated. There's no more CPP because of the not meeting the 2% threshold. So as a result, our focus now will go to revive the ANC and make it also once more a formidable party. And that is the next civil war you should be watching for, Dualo. I stand by.
Thank you, Colonel Gray. I will give you 10 more seconds because I want to say that before I go to Yakizi. There is a sharp contrast between supporting or not supporting an idea and not taking a national position comprising of thousands of ideas. And I'll give you 10 seconds to respond to that before we go to my brother Yakizi.
If I got your question clearly, is that supporting an idea is different from
a national position that is comprising thousands of ideas.
The only thing one can look for the goodness in this, in those decisions, is the greater good. For whom does this, really support? For whom? Who are the beneficiaries? You understand? Not my personal small, needs in the corner, but rather the larger picture. What a leader should be looking for.
Thank you.
Should I bomb this village, or I will cause casualty unnecessarily, against other people? So one of two decisions, you have to be able to make one to guide, your own conscience. I think I think some people are not looking at it that way.
Thank you, brother Yagazi. Oh, Stanton, you got something?
Yeah, can I please just say a very good Duadu. I'm kind of shocked, Duadu, seriously, and to all of us here. I'm kind of shocked because say what you want to say, man. Let's get rid of Mr. Cummings. His decision not to participate into their decision of endorsing any political party. Does that mean that he will not run 2029, Dualu? Is he scapegoating? Is he saying that, you know what, I'm done with Liberia political life? There is something about what he did. Would there be, let's go to our brother El Remy page. El Remy says something today. Forgive me. I love to follow each and every one of you, you know, Facebook every day. Your page is out there, you know. And El Remy says something today that actually, I don't know whether this is El Remy, but it said Colonel Ed Remy Gray at me. So maybe that's him. You know, I want to be sure. He said our once very attractive ANC. And what I want you to understand that Richardson and Jemima and Fatima, this is important. He said our once very attractive ANC. Amen. The road to 2029 will be very bumpy. We will get there anyhow, but with different leadership. I thought of coming in because I sat in the back here, I'm reading, you know, and I came across El Remy Gray. This is El Remy Gray we're talking about. Conor Gray. He said, but with different leadership. Liberians, I want you to listen and listen well, but with different leadership. Something about the leadership now that Ed saying that we will be here still, but some people will go. Ed, he's saying the leadership factor, there will not be comings. There will not be those that supported this round to make decisions that cripple and hurt the party. Some of your friends coming these few days, they will be joining, they will be taking side. I know them. I have spoken to some of them, some permanent CPP, ANC coming supporter. Most of them will go to Jose Yiman Boaka. I can say it on this show. Why did Cummings make such a decision? Why he took such a decision, knowing very well that he people that supported him financially and everything, most of them will be going to Jose Imabaka. But few will take that role to support George Manawia. The integrity issue, the corruption issue, the killing issue, the gender-based issue. Did George Manawia satisfy those categories and those border points? That's why you guys endorse him. Did Mr. Cummings ask them, are you damaging my message out there? Are you talking about me, what's going on right now? Because if they talk about the death, people that die, what the Cummings say, if they talk about the massive corruption in the country that Cummings fought against, if they talk about the women issue, he said, party taking a position. But where's the Cummings position? They have damaged him. I'm not saying I'm reading your message for you to comment.
But you got to confirm if that air first. Is it
no, that air. I can show it. That's air. It gotta be air.
No, it's me. I wrote that.
I beg you, man. That's air. But you know what? I will just wait because now you confirm it. Let's keep it for the more. Well, yeah, answer the more. Let's move to the phone line.
Let's go, you guys. See, let's take 15 calls from our people.
Hey, you know me, man. That's what I do best. Let's go to the phone line. Oh, right, guess you ran away.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to drink some people too. You coming back? Now Fatima may run away. They get back.
Yeah, Fatima quiet gives it, man. That's bad.
0555 101075 0555 101075. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
I'm James Guido calling from Ria.
Let's hear you, James.
First, their comment on the show, CEO, Sally, their God strength, and their God strength in your family. And Jemamu, Thank you very much for your hard work. And Dr. Richardson, let me commend you on the show. Although from the beginning you've been there, you always there and keep up your faith. But let me congratulate you work on the team.
Thank
I
you.
know that what you coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, your name and where you join us from?
This is a good question from bro.
Let's hear you.
I think this is my debut call on the Street Talk show. For
Okay.
3 good years now, I've tried to call this station. I've never got it on.
3 years again. Someone called earlier and said 3 years I've been trying.
3 years I've been trying to come in line to talk about this man's goodness.
Let's hear you.
This man have helped. This man have helped. He's a good man. And because of what he has done for humanity, God Almighty will never allow him to go down. You have a lot of people. For me, I'm one witness. There's an old lady, my everyone I was telling call and anybody show one whole person out for her. I want for that class. I want that money for her. So daylight all day is trying to even get you. Every day she prays on me. My God bless my soul. He will not go there. He will not carry there.
Thank you.
Brother, I'm going to admit, to be fair, I beg you, this is my debut call. I hold your phone. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your sincerity to humanity. Thank you for everything you have done for this nation. Your fair quality, this country will really be let down.
Thank
Man,
you.
Costa,
Thank you very
that guy,
much.
the guy in Paris.
Thank you. All right.
Let me take this one. I beg y'all take this one next. All right.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, brother.
Good
And I
evening.
want
Let's
to
hear
say good
you.
evening to the other folks in America. Thank you. My name will always be Kanga Jim Genyu, and I call from AK-47 Jagat Koluba district, to be precise, Lepetan community. You see, the issue of Cabinet the former Chief Justice, of the former judge. You see, the Kanga Lawrence, Senator Kanga Lawrence, she was the one that cooked the food to remove Cabinet Jade. And King Johnson took money. Jeremiah Kun took money. All the people don't took money. So why now the people don't to divide the country into Muslim and Christian? Of course, look, you will commit a genocide in America. We are fought war in this country.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So let me take this one. Let me take this one, Yagazi. Let me take this one. Go ahead, my friend. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Elston, the legend. I call from the US of A. Firstly, let me say is Alhamdulillah. I said this last night on our late night show, and I will say again, Alhamdulillah. It means God take all the praises to God. And the songwriter William Calvert says, because I'm Episcopalian, God moves in a mysterious way. Stanton, it's good to see you. Now, having said that, let me cut to the chase. Look, Gibson, I wish you were on the show because you said something, and it's kind of like contradicting. When Bible spoke, he said something, and then you said, Mr. Cummings believes that George Weah does not have leadership qualities, for which reason Mr. Cummings is not going to endorse George Weah. So that defeats and exposes all those guys who left ANC to follow George Weah. So Mr. Cummings indirectly insulted all the people who have endorsed George Weah to me. They are not intelligent. If George Weah doesn't have leadership abilities, leadership qualities, and he cannot go with George Weah, but then he abstained. And all of you all follow George Weah. He had indirectly insulted all of you guys who follow George Weah. This is all I have to say. I'm following the show. Great show, guys.
Thank you, legend.
For always taking my call.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Yagazi, go ahead, my brother.
Hello. Let's hear your name and where you join us from.
Yes, my name is Thomas. I call it from Upper Carbon.
Let's hear you.
All right. I want to say hi to everybody. I'm sitting at the back here and thinking and wondering, is it CPP that endorse or ANC or Liberty Party? Because you got the three factions there. So I don't know which one endorsed. Now, when Cummings came 2017, he ran as ANC and got 7%. Now, they came together as coalition, Liberty Party, and they formed the CPP. He got 1%, 1.6. I'm wondering, if he goes back, what would that percentage be?
Thank you. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
My name is Prince Body. I'm calling from number.
Let's hear you.
I pray to my God that God continue to bless Mr. Waterspoon for his long and his good work that he's doing to Liberia. Because Waterspoon, I and my whole entire family will fast and pray for you that God continue to bless you. You are the one, you are a lawmaker in this country, but you are your whole life that you touch, that God continue to bless your whole entire family and your whole entire household. Nothing will fold your eye and nothing will move you. That God continue to bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Let me take this one. You can see your name and where you calling from.
My name is Matthew Body. How you doing?
All is well, sir.
Thank God for you. Thank God for the Liberian people. We are very happy, that today we can see you and you will always be seen. We stay praying for you that day will be changed. And Dr. Richardson, beautiful woman. Sorry to say beautiful woman, but you are our sister. You are our doctor. And then Fatima, look at all the beautiful women here. Look at our Oma, Jimama, and Conor. You are very great. You are our corner. Say your thank you. Walu, thank you. And then Yakazi, my brother, thank you. We pray for everybody.
Okay.
We say your thank you very much. This country will not go into pain, We'll do all we can and we'll pray for you. Okay, brother?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello? Hello, let's hear your name and where you join us from.
I'm not call from Pinsville.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to the Spoon family, and I want to give a special thank you to the CEO. CEO, when you came to Liberia, I went at the hotel, but then I couldn't see you. You are blessed. God will continue to bless you and your family. There's a story that you said one day on the show, and I will shake your hand and explain it to you, and I know we will meet. God continue to bless you, bless your family, bless the Spoon Talk show. It will forever be on air. In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Hello, let's hear your name and where you join us from. Yeah.
Good evening. Let me say good evening to every panelist on the show this night. And let me say this, you CEO, we bless God for you, but hear what the Bible says in the book of Isaiah 54, beginning at verse 15. The Bible says, oh, they will gather and you, but that gathering shall not be for you or by you. And when you read the book of Genesis 18, beginning at verse 14, the Bible says, is there anything too hard for the Lord? Look, you are good. We pay, we work, and we do every impossible thing for you. And Samuel Quiver, and I bless you that you are back on the show, and God will keep blessing you. And also Sunday, right? As for Cummings, look, we were here calling on the radio that when you come to politics in Liberia, there are people, when you see them coming around you, run away. They will not help you. They will not add anything to you. They will take away from you, and they will not add anything to you. We said it even on the same platform and other platform of people who are supporting that live in the diaspora. They never listen to us. Today, Mr. Kumi, you have seen what we told you. We pray that you will reconcile and come back, but you will know who to be friend and who to follow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can see take 3 more calls here. Take 3 more so we get close.
Let's hear Abraham.
Mr. Waterspoon, I bless God so much for you. I was speaking, I am a visual impaired brother. You can remember Mr. Cotto, Ross, you sent your convoy at my house to pay my rentage. I was the black person that called and I showed that night, and my father-in-law said to leave, if you can remember. And you are going through the struggle. I asked God, I said, God, if you in heaven, if you know the man in my life as a disabled person, you free him.
and God was able to intervene. And as the time comes, I know that God will continue to do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Waterspoon. Bless you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you join us from?
McKelvey Johnson calling you from Cardwell.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. First I want to say, glory be to God for Stanton, and I also want to say, a big thanks to all of the panelists there, and I also want to tell him thank you and say a few words of privacy, because I believe and understand the grace of God. God is keeping it alive for a reason. All of the information, all of the good things He's doing there, and the platform He has established, He did not establish that platform only for his family or for the panelists in CEO there. He did it because of the sake of Liberia, and he's fighting for Liberia. And because he's doing this is the reason why every evil that the enemies have put for him did not work.
Thank you. Let's talk to this last person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello?
Hello, let's hear you.
My name is Raul calling from Mosavara Tori district.
Let's hear you, Robert.
Yeah. My what to tell is hello?
You live, let's hear you.
Yeah. We are the youth and we be a United Party. For the solving of going in the country, your plea your plea fee for all. It is not so much solving as we are talking now on Kobe. So they think what the people talking will you solving the country yo. When they cannot solving the country, defend your kind of hard because they made that empower that in solving all too much.
Thank you. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
You take the last one?
That's it.
Okay, that's it. So, people, we're going to close. And Jemima, you want to go first? You're the one in Liberia. You have 1 minute, 2 minute closing. The shorter, the better.
I think I've said it tonight. The only thing I can say is that Liberian people, please try to vote for number one. Because all the things that CDC have wrong or have done wrongly will be corrected under the Joseph Waga administration. So please vote number one. That's what I have to say.
Hey, my sister Fatima. Don't forget our Vatonel.
So, my people, hello again. How you doing? You know how I'm coming. I'm coming to join you so we can do all the things together and vote for change in Liberia. Yeah, me I'm voting with my whole heart for Jose Numa Boakai. With my whole heart, JKK. Me I'm voting with my whole heart, Jeremiah Kwankum. Family, I know. Mama Kwesat Koema. Mobile na we afọ we he wo kone o manyi na komela me afọ na we tie gbi wo kone wo foti eke kai kwa akwa Joseph Boakai abe Jeremiah Kpankun wo bu ka bo pasi le mesela bo pasi kaye agbo ilo jaw ama mo le nu pinu an be mi fe nyama bo mi na ani ake push obi apeleba ko mo kone he we makama akwa uma kpole kpasi akwa bo kpasi na enwe nyina akwa uta wefuti ekeka kwa akwa Jose nyima po aka be Jeremiah Kpanku ule ni kunani ka futi ke Joseph Boakai me Joseph Boakai ka bilita ga hospital toy ka futi ke Jose nyima po aka me our mothers, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters. This is the only country that we have, Mama Liberia. Let's get together and rescue our country. Our country's future, the soul of our nation is at stake. There is no other choice at this time. There's only two people on the ballot, and we got to select one to change the direction of our nation. And that person is Jose Numa Boakai, a man who has lived his life, who is an example of a statesman. So I'm urging all of you, let's come together and put our country back on track. and elect her and elect Jose Nima Bwaka to change her future. Liberia is all we have. And I'm here to educate your young girls. Your lives are on the ballot. Young boys, drugs is on the ballot. Our old money, our old party, their businesses are on the ballot. They can't even get small loans to make their market. You open your eyes. You open your ears. Let's come together, and together we can rescue Mama Liberia. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Francine.
Well, once again, great job. I want to just again thank all of us who are on this panel tonight. Again, it's a testimony of your love for Liberia. I'm going to speak about, there's three major topics here. Commitment. As you probably know, we started the show, or I joined the show with a group of men on this show. And, whatever happened, they left. And many people have questioned, why didn't I leave? They, went around speculating as to why I stayed. And many people speculated that. But I want to tell you, Dwalu started when he said, and I didn't even know Stanton. I met Stanton on the phone when he called me to interview me to be the first permanent woman, because Angie Mama was the first woman to be on the show here, to be on the show. And I just, because I like to impart knowledge. That's what I do for a living in many ways. I impart knowledge. I teach. So I just saw it as a good challenge to me. There was ups and downs. It wasn't that easy, being the only woman on this show with a voice. I was, thrown around, tossed around, but I stood my ground. Um, and after I got the interview with Stanton, he asked me a few questions about Liberia and who I was, because I didn't know him. But my point I'm trying to tell you is, when you commit yourself to something, you stick with it no matter what. When you befriend someone, you stick with them. You can argue and fight in the background. That we do a lot. If you're in our chat room, can agree with attest to that. That sometimes we fight almost until for 24 hours. Okay, I have an opinion, somebody else have an opinion, and we do get out there. But it's like family. Family tree can bend, bend, bend. It will never break. And that's how I was raised. Not to air my dirty laundry outside. So my first thing is about commitment, and my second thought is was staying to your truth. I believe in neutrality. I took a personal hit, as I always tell people, and almost everybody on this show. Maybe Stanton did take a lot of personal hit too, as we see with all the posts and lies that have been shared about him, the falsehood. People lied on me. They lied, and that could destroy my family, my marriage. But thank God, my husband is a very prayerful person. My children are growing up to understand that thank God they're not even in Liberia. Uh, Community, but they're growing enough to know who their mother is and the strength of the mother. So I tell you that if you commit to your own truth, whether it's neutrality, whether it's taking a stand, you stay to that and stay in what you believe in, and also serve as a leader. If you're a leader of a group, lead. And that's what I have to say, Dwalu. Thank you. And I have more to say. I will have more to say, I'm sure. There's more inside of me to come out. Thank
I'm
you.
pretty sure. Colonel Gray.
Well, Dr. Richardson, of course, one of my colleagues just called and commending you for your thick skin, and that's how he puts it. He he also liked the idea. I think most people would prefer for you to stay in the middle as opposed to you know leaning on one side, especially if you have been preaching against the two party. I made it clear. Um, for me, I'm not opposed to the unity party quest for election, but I'm not on the side of Mr. Weir. I'm not opposed. I'm not on the side of Mr. Weir. So many ways you can quote neutrality, but in diplomatic terms, I think I've made myself clear. I'm not hostile to one, but the other is not in my corner at all. I say this to say, when we started the unity, I mean the Alternative National Congress, it grew out of an acrimony against and that existed within the CDC. A group of folks had gone to exercise their democratic rights, and some of them were manhandled, beaten, stoned, hurt. So that acrimony birthed in an organization called the Alternative National Congress. I think one of the speakers here said it tonight that things happen for other things to happen. Now, in no uncertain time, would I have ever imagined that the ANC will go and endorse the CDC? It's like you asking Israel to endorse Hamas because they are at war with Hezbollah. Those two organizations are vehemently opposed to Israel. They can never support one or the other. Now, that tells you the status of the ANC. The Alternative National Congress that we garnered, we nurtured, and we put to test the first time in a presidential election in 2017, with Cummings coming in less than 1 year to the point, and he got 125,000 plus votes. That tells you that we were a growing party. I don't know if I can brag of that growth today. I think we are becoming less and less insignificant or significant. We are becoming less and less significant. We've down from 7, coming in as a very promising party. People were gravitating towards in their numbers. Now we're down like the likes of the Barcos Matthew, if we don't be careful. So those of us who actually parented that particular organization must stand up and go grab it before it goes down completely. It is dying, and some of us don't like the idea. We are political ideologues. Our idea must never crumble, especially to the likes of the CDC. I mean, if we claim to be the custodian of ideas, why should we, give birth to an organization that is dying? I think we're going to go, as we're talking about runoff, I'm thinking about resuscitating the ANC. We have to. And if it means a civil war to change the leadership, we are going to do that. We're going to make the necessary noise. We'll kick those who are not bringing substance. You know, Dualo, if you're a CEO and you ran a garment for 2 seasons and you're not making profit for the company, man, we'll let you go. We'll let you go. We can bring somebody else. This is the idea. I mean, I can get cost. We're ready to roll blow. We'll take the gloves. You cost my ma, will cost your ma. Period.
That's it.
Nobody
Okay.
has liberty over that. Thank you.
All right, we appreciate it, Lord. We appreciate the audience today. Dr. Francine, Sis Fatima, Brother Gray, Sis Mama, everybody on the show today, man. But I want to say this. No society attains what its citizens of that society want to attain unless and until the people in that society make calculated decisions to get a society they want. You have a task, Liberians. If you want a society with decent roads, you have a job to do. That's vote 1. If you need a society where we are full self-sufficient, you have a task. That's vote 1. If you want a society with proper health care, proper sanitation, you have a task. That's vote 1. If you do not vote, you cannot get a society you want. The issue of voting is not optional. It is mandatory. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you accept mediocrity. You accept hopojoism in society. You accept, in the words of my beautiful sister Fatuma, the Zokorization of our society. If you refuse to vote, you accept KK doll to be roaming your community and biting your children and giving rabies, because this is what you're accepting. The elevation of our society is not free. You must act to get what you want. Before I give it to my brother Fadigal, I will say this to you. Liberia must matter far above each of us. But for Liberia to matter, you must matter. And you must understand the degree to which you matter. And that degree requires you to stand up in your true citizenship and demand what is right for Liberia is to let President Weah go because he has no original idea to transform this society. We must act. We must require our leaders to pay homage to the people, to fear the people, as Article 1 of our Constitution stated. All powers are invested in the people. If the people deem it necessary that if the president is not conducting himself with the power given by the people have the right to take back that power and give it to whomever they so choose. President Weah has lost the right to maintain the power as the president. You are the only person who can take it from him. You do it now, or you will continue to suffer in this condition that we cannot accept in the 21st century. Brother Fadiga, I will have you take us home.
Sorry, I had to come back. I had a special message for President Weah and my folks. Look, Remy Grace said it best, and I know Dak, you gave me now your eye again, but I can't even see you at this point. Look, I keep wondering why Mr. Cummings joined this race. Because those same problems that were there are still there. And look, Remy said, he said something very profound. Mr. Cummings came in 2017, he did very well. 7% for just a newbie, it was a lot. But something went wrong. Rather than them doing a self-reflection or doing a post-mortem to identify where they went wrong, they are blaming everybody else but themselves. When you have Maria Mekula, when you have people around, look, people said that certain element within the CPP were working for the government. I didn't want to believe it. But it's becoming glaring that there were some government operative working around Mr. Cummings. These guys self-sabotage throughout the process. Imagine we tire suffering rally where this CPP held against George Weah. They should have been to hold George Weah accountable for leaving the country for something days. They should have been people expressing their anger and frustration. 24 hours before that thing, mysterious day, $75,000, $78,000 got missing. Nobody held accountable. Can you imagine that? And the worst thing about that thing, nobody asked them. The Joma, if you knew that you were not going to do anything, why mention it? They talk about the money that got missing, sabotage their own operation. Nobody turned up. Didn't say that Unity Party. The Unity Party had a rally. Why people couldn't stop it? We saw so many instances that is self-sabotage. Nothing came about it. Look, I don't know. I don't think Mr. Cummings is a bad person. He just doesn't understand Liberian politics. And if you want to join the game, you should learn how to play by the rules. There are certain rules in Liberian politics that if you do not learn it, when I came on this platform and said Mr. Cummings was culturally insensitive, I was using some boys' words. I was using words that Congress ticket. People say, oh, you're divisive. There is nowhere in Liberia that you can put two or the most minority name. Don't forget about them being minority in person. You cannot put a Cummings and a Bronskin to a same ticket. And like you put a Tyrone and a Tiquan on one ticket in America and say that white America will vote for you. White America is 62% of this country. Like it or not. You cannot put two Barack Hussein Obama together. I don't care if they come with injured win. The American people would not, have never voted for them. There are some things that you don't say. There are certain things that people feel. And if you do not take those things into consideration, you are bound to fail. Some of the things that I express here, oh, your place say the main finger, your setting. Get all of your feelings. Mr. Cummings, this is not about your field aspiration. This is about Liberia. There is no way you can say that in what you are doing, but not choosing side. I can see my brother Edmund already going. Dr. Richardson is right to the train door. She got some other demands that we need to fulfill, and she will jump on the train. But we'll get that covered. But I see my man Edmund already, we're cleaning, dusting his spot on the tree. So many other people, like Prince William. I even heard Duke JJ. Duke, that was saying a lot of things. So many people. The people are looking for leadership. How can you tell these people that you were not for George Weah 4 months ago, then you can't talk about, you scratch your head about Bweka? Can you put a Bweka in a Weah in the same category? It's a shame. Look at Charlie Bronski. And, I'm trying hard not to think that there is something going on, because why would Charlie and anybody try to endorse George Weah? These two people, they are not even in the same league, in the same category. There is nothing in the CDC for anybody in the ANC to support. ANC supporters are the same supporters that support worker. The same kind of people. Sedition and Weashen are special breed of Liberians. They are separated themselves from the rest of us. We have to move them. How can you support them? What would be the justification? Do I lose my voice, Corey? I need to go drink more pepper soup. But Doc, you got a golden ticket on the rescue train. Remy Gray, I know you are already on that train, whether you like it or not. You will. I give you my seat, and you are going to be a lieutenant general in the rescue army. Fatima and the rest of you guys, I gotta go.
Hey, Yagazi. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yagazi, my man. Can't take your show over. And we everybody running away. Dr. Francine, my sister Fatima.
Thank you.
Always lovely. Colonel Gray, one day, man, we got to drink pound one together. Put my heart get satisfied. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Bye, Remy. Bye, Dr. Francine.
Yeah. Oh, you basically smoky you, eh?
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
I didn't do any of
Yagazi,
that.
it's all yours, buddy. Take us home. Are you there, Yagazi? Yagazi, I ran away from you, Ochi. Okay.
Okay, folks, thanks for listening to the Spawn Talk today. Join the team tomorrow when they will be here with another edition of the program. My name is Yekezi Zobel. I've been in here as your producer. Catch you up another time. The CEO is fine. Bye bye.